New Rock City, we rock Lincoln Park, July 20th with Rel, Horace Brown, Jeff Red, Nice and Smooth, and Brand Nubian. Also, up and coming new talent, graffiti contest, breakdance, honoring Grand Mixer DXT, responsible for bringing hip hop to New Rochelle and Westchester with the Master Plan Bunch, Infinity Squad, the Baby Herculord. So make sure you come out. That's July 20th, Lincoln Park, New Rochelle, New York.
Peace. What's good, family? I still got to figure out my sound effects situation. I don't know what the fuck going on, but we could clap it up. Just we gonna clap it up at home. What's good, family? A1 Drizzy, I see you in the motherfucking house. Sophia Law, peace to the God. That's right, Judah Wise. Time's up, motherfuckers. The time is up. We're having little celebration drink. You know, I don't even really usually have a little drink when I be on this motherfucker. We got a little bottle of Remy. Yeah, no, we're not sponsored, but yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? And we're gonna smoke a little L in celebration. Okay. I got a first generation B-boy with me tonight. DJ. You know, somebody that was there, you know, because y'all act like, you know, oh, Jamar, you didn't even grow up in the Bronx. You're not from the Bronx. Okay. Even though I was born in Albert Einstein Hospital, you fucking dickheads. And yeah, I admit I only lived in the Bronx for like the first year and a half of my life or something like that before I moved to New Rochelle. So I definitely was raised in New Rochelle, which is only 15 minutes from the fucking Bronx. But anyway, you know, I wasn't there. I was a little too young. Even if I was living in the Bronx, I'd have been like 5 years old or something at this time when they say that hip hop was created. So what I got to do, I got to go and get the real. You know what I mean? I got to get the real. Before I bring my brother up, I just want to share. I know I shared this last time, but in 2 weeks, we're going to be out in the Bronxdale Houses, out in the Boogie Woogie. And this is what we're going to be doing right here. It's the DJ FaZe 4th annual tribute to Disco King Mario event, okay? July 27th, Rosedale Gleason Playground. Special celebrity guests. Yes, and I will be one of them. I will be getting on the wheels of steel. I will be cutting up specifically break beats, okay? Specifically break beats, okay? One of the break beats that I want to fucking cut that I haven't cut a long time is Catch Groove. What? Yeah, that's one I want to cut. I want to cut motherfucking come on, go on and get down. Get down. You're like, Lord Jamar ain't gonna be doing all that. Yes, the fuck I am. Yes, the fuck I am. You don't know about me as a DJ, but y'all motherfuckers about to learn on the 27th out in Bronxdale when I'm doing it with the real motherfucking first generation hip hop motherfucking B-boys. I know right now you're like, damn, Lord, I need to fucking have a little Remy more often. You talking your shit right now. Yeah, I am, because I feel good, because we're winners. Winners. Quitters never win. Winners never quit. Everybody make sure that you click the like button upon entering. I'm about to bring my brother onto the stage right about now. Like I said, he's a first generation B-boy. He'll tell you about himself. He's actually forced me to go live today. I'm not gonna lie, because he was so fucking happy. He was so happy that we're victorious. I mean, he was ready to we're still gonna show and prove. We're still gonna have a big show and prove, regardless if these guys come, right? But we just wanted to have a little celebration. I've been talking to FaZe almost every day, and yeah, he's been giving me a lot of history. He's going to give y'all a lot of history. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the Godcast, DJ FaZe.
We here. Let me see that. Let me see that glass. Let me see that glass.
Okay,
Yeah. We here. We winning. We winners. Ain't nothing they can do. Ain't nothing they can do. We put the challenge out. They didn't come to the challenge. The week is up. We done. Celebration. Take a drink to that.
Yes, I just took a drink, and you know what? Let me refresh my shit. Let me refresh this motherfucker.
All right.
It's good to be the king.
Lord, man. Let me tell you something, man.
What's up? What's up, DJ FaZe? Talk to me.
And King of New York, Lawrence Fishburne told the King of New York, he said, I've been waiting years for this. Remember that?
I do.
Years for this, man. All right. See, what they don't understand is, right, we don't, just like how we would just say, yo, how you run and throw the polo shirt on, do that, whatever. That's natural. That's in our DNA. They don't understand that. They don't understand it. They don't understand that they had to watch what we did to get that style. But we did it so that we could be standing out above the rest. So by the time they got that, we was like, nah, that's whack. Just like everything else, we innovate. We go from one thing and we go to the next thing, while they staying on. And when I say they, meaning those people that stay on that one thing. They stay on that one thing and try to carry it, just like what we was talking about. So I'm happy right now. I'm happy because I know for a fact that each one of those people that you were talking about seen your challenge. They seen that. So they can't say they did not see that.
Of course they did.
It was pushed to the side. They seen that.
Of course they did. People were on their pages asking them, what's going on? Are you going to accept Lord Jamar's challenge? I went on one of the most popular, blogs or whatever you want to call it right now. Shout out to Art of Dialogue, who seems to be, he's about on the verge of kicking VLAD's ass.
Listen, those numbers is cool.
Yeah. So basically the word is out there. Like there's no avoiding. Like I'm in the algorithm. You understand what I'm saying? Like this right here, when we do this right here, it's gonna be in the algorithm. It's gonna be like motherfuckers talking about Lord Jamar celebrates with DJ FaZe his effortless uncontested victory against falsehood. And see, listen, I don't want people to, oh, there's my fucking queen. There's the fucking queen. See, DJ FaZe, don't think that it's always like this. Okay, I'm getting ready to show you something right now, right? Get ready to show you something. It's not always like this, right? But this is the fucking queen of all Godcast contributors and supporters. Okay, this is Aisha.
Shout out.
This is
Shout
Aisha.
out. Shout out.
She said, "Thanks for standing on business." Look what Aisha did. Look what Aisha did.
You know, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. You already know. You already know.
Nah, for real. Thank you for standing on business, and thank you for supporting real business. I love you, Queen. Like, yo, Aisha be coming through like a fucking gangster. Like a gangster. I'm sorry she put y'all fellas to shame. On the reg, she'll just 200 a pop. Like, put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your love is. Like, for real, yo. Thank you, Queen. We love you here. You know what I mean? I was just talking to him about and when you get donations and all of that, because he's, you know, up and coming with his channel, even though he's been doing his channel, but he's really learning right now. I'm showing him a lot of things about how to make your shit more professional. Even right now, his lighting in the hotel room that he's at is much better than it would have been had we not had a conversation prior to this. And he went out and spent some money just on some quick little ring light, but with some little tips, you know, things go well. But I'm telling him how, you know, when you get these donations, you got to really invest in your shit for real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be skimping. Like, this the fucking $500 mic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got fucking $600-700 lights and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? Fucking board. Like, this shit is not cheap in here. Like, this is a real fucking, you see, I got my backlighting and all this type of shit. We not fucking bullshitting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
And that's why I told you, as soon as I get back, you coming straight to the house, Lord, and you just doing whatever you got to do. Just set me up the way you got to set me up. Point blank, period. Just tell me whatever you need. Just tell me. We're going to go do that. We're going to get that, all right? Because I want mine looking spiffy just like yours. I want it spiffy just like yours.
You know, and I studied this lighting shit, you know what I mean?
You taught me, man.
Learning is always a process. It's a continuous process, but I'm always learning. And yes, I taught my shit, you know, key light, fill light, backlight, practicals, you know what I mean? All of that type of shit. Just because I would like to give the best product possible as an independent that I possibly can. You know what I mean? And so people like Aisha, you know what I mean? Help this shit keep going where, you know what I mean? It subsidizes what we doing here. You know what I mean? Because we don't have the bar stool and all that type of shit. All we got is us on this motherfucking channel. You heard? Let's clap it up. See, I got to get my fucking sound effects fixed. I don't know what's going on with them, but we going to get it fixed.
But it sounds perfect, though. It sounds really good, man. I just want to commend you on that, man. And I also want to thank you for, you know, just like now I'm on the road doing things. You know, I'm getting ready to be in another movie right now, so I'm on the road doing that. And so, you know, it's a pleasure to be incorporated in this challenge that needed to be done. This challenge needed to be done because if we don't do it, if we don't take it back now, when it goes to the Olympics, like they say that it's going to be gone.
Facts. And like you mentioned earlier, thank you again, Aisha. Like you mentioned, hip hop is a $1 trillion industry.
Trillion.
Let's make no mistake why people would have a motivation to want to insert themselves in the creation story, okay? And create a creation myth, okay? We're not having creation myths or stories. We only dealing with actual facts here. That's what the gods and the earths do. Okay.
Actual
I'm
factual.
tired of this anti-black American sentiment. And listen, I'm not no motherfucking Tariq disciple. Like a lot of people, they don't fuck with Tariq. And quite honestly, I'm super disappointed in this dude for going on Vlad TV. Okay? That was some bullshit right there. And I don't care if you got some shit to promote. We all got some shit to promote. You understand what I'm saying? And feel like we want to get it in front of the most eyes as possible. But certain things, certain lines shouldn't be crossed. You know what I mean? And he knew that shit wasn't cool. You know what I mean? And so now I feel like a lot of people, especially in the Puerto Rican community right now, feel like I'm somehow attached with Tariq, and that maybe I'm being paid by him and my motivation is to promote his documentary and all this kind of shit. That has nothing to do with it at all. This is just about telling the truth, about acknowledging the fact that I don't give a fuck who's around us. Black Americans are the ones who the influence comes out from. We send our influence out into the world. Very rarely does anybody have anything that can be sent back to us that we hold on to and incorporate into our culture.
Well, I could say nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not rarely. Never.
Well,
never. Never.
See, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that because I will say that later on in hip hop, we did start to incorporate certain sounds. Okay, the first hip hop reggae song was a Run DMC song called Roots Rap Reggae. That's the first one that I remember. And I remember at the time, the God True King, he had put me on to like Yellow Man and all this type of shit a little bit before that. So that song, you know, was kind of cool. Like it was aight. Like it was aight.
May I interject? May I interject?
Wait, hang on. And before you interject, and you'll have some people say that
it's coming.
Things like dreads, maybe, even though dreads really come from Africa. That's not really a Jamaican thing, but they'll say dreads and maybe wallabies and shit like that are Jamaican influence in hip hop. Again, it's what we decide. Like anybody could bring some shit to hip hop, but again, it's what the Black American youth decide is gonna be popping, is what's popping. But go ahead, sir.
Okay, so I'm glad that you actually brought that up because that's one of the subjects that I did want to investigate and hit on. Okay, so when you say that it was influenced maybe by a Jamaican sound, what was that Jamaican sound influenced by? Okay,
well, so I didn't say. I'm saying now. I'm saying like in the beginning of hip hop, I don't believe anything influenced us at all. Later on, as we started to broaden our horizons a little bit, I think we started to incorporate other elements into hip hop. Okay. And that's what I'm saying.
I could agree with you on that. I really can agree with you on that. And I just like how you said it though. It was like, to me, I see what you're saying 100%. But then what I thought about exactly when you said it was that number one thing that I thought about was that, did it really have an influence on us, or did it have like a one-hit wonder on us? You see what I'm saying? Like, you remember that record, Pass the Dutchie on the left hand side, Pass. Okay, that record was just one record ever. You see what I'm saying? There was no album or no nothing. That was only one record. When Bob Marley came or whatever, those records crossed over to our charts, but those were just single records. Now, if you go from the creation to now, you can count those records, but you can't count our records. You can't count. And just like we were talking about it today, remember we were talking about how the tapes that you had were actually the second generation, right? And but those tapes, even when the recording Sugar Hill Gang and all that stuff, you were like, wait a minute, that's whack. Why they don't play the real thing? But you adapted to it because that was the only thing there.
Settled for it.
You settled for it, right? You settled for it because that was the only thing there. So when we say that we were a little bit influenced by that Jamaican style, just like the Wallabies and stuff like that, you know, the Wallabies were considered desert boots. That's what we wore, as desert boots. So if you go back and you say in the 70s, they weren't called Wallabies, they were desert boots. And just like British Walkers were rips. Okay, so when we had rips in the early 70s, those were from British Walkers. And so when you went to British Walker and you got those suede rips, all right, then that's what the
Is that the picture that you sent me earlier?
No, I sent you those are original British Walkers.
Those
are the
original
ones
British
that came
Walkers?
out again, right? Those are original British Walkers. All right, and that flavor, that color, to have that color, man, you don't know. Oh boy, when I came out with that color, they were like, "Whoa, hold on, where you get those from?" And see, those are the original ones. Those are not the ones that like how you say they came another make of them, just like the Kazals. The Kazals that came out now are not the original Kazals.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They came out with the news thing. So the little bit of there's a little bit of a, there you go. All right. Now those is original.
These is original.
Right, those
Walkers.
They the new style, Jordan.
Now notice how these look like Wallabies. Like those, somebody would say that those look like Wallabies. If, like, do you feel like Wallabies got the style from British Walker?
Wallabies were always there. We used them as desert boots. They weren't just red. They were not. We were not saying that they were Wallabies. That's the name of it. That's the brand of it. That's what it was. You know, they're
Clarks. Those are Clark Wallabies.
Right. So that was the name of them. So just like Britain, like Rips were inside of Rips, it said British Walker, and then on the box it said Rips, RIPPS. You see what I'm saying? So when we got the before the Wallabies, you know, before they said it was Wallabies, they were Desert Boot. And that was the name of it, Desert Boot. So when we went to the store, we went and got the Desert Boots, and that was it. We had, listen, and this is where I just, you know, I really get kind of, they don't understand that, number one, and this is for everybody. Back in the early 70s, people didn't know where British Walker was. People that, well, they might have knew what it was, but they wasn't shopping there. People didn't know where AJ Lester was. They might have knew where it was, but they wasn't shopping there. You know, people that say, people that coming down the line now,
125th and 8th, I knew where it was.
The people that say that, you know, that they know where it was, they can't really, if you ask them, if you sit them down and ask them, yo, listen, where was the champagne at? Where was the AJ's at? Where was the Montnex at in the store? Where was the Taylor at in the store?
Where's the Swedish Knits at?
When you go on British Walker, you say, well, where was the Playboys at? Where was the Desert Boots at? Where was the British at?
To me, the original, not to cut you up, but the original, like, B-boy or hip-hop uniform that I remember, mock neck, Swedish Knits, and some motherfucking British Walkers.
All right, and so now, bust it, right?
That was it. Like, but I'm telling you, mad people don't remember that. They don't even know Swedish Knits. What's that?
Before you had the
I would have the different color inside the slit down the side.
Those are the overlaps. Those are the overlaps.
And then you can match that with your Pumas or your. Come on, bro.
And the overlaps came after. And the
overlaps came after.
Yes,
because I feel like, you see, I must be a full second generation because I remember the overlaps as being the shit.
Okay, and before the overlaps, there was the solid stitch to go down. And before the solid stitch, it was the breakup stitch. So it would have the little space in between the stitch. Then like when the solid stitch came back, you had to have the V in the back. If you ain't had a V in the back, your shits was whack. Okay, and so now let me tell you something, and this is the cold catch. So bust it. When those came out, when AJ's came out, when we was rocking the AJ's, right? We had the ones with the back buckle on it, right? With the gold buckle on it. We had the ones with the, like I said, with the V in the back. We had the ones that had the flap on the pocket. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is what happened. This shows you how gangster we really was. So when the broke up stitch came out, right? Everybody was rocking them. Everybody got them. Not everybody, but the real G's got them, and we had them. So we were styling it. So now, after that, it went to stores like Jew-Man, Hosiery. You could get them on Fordham Road. You know, you could get them Simpson Street. You could get them on those. So now, when you were able to get them at those stores, then it was like, okay, we got to go to the next thing. So then we got the solid joints, the solid ones with the V in the back. So when we got those, right, people, same thing. They go to Jew-Man, go to Hosiery, go to Simpson Street, Fordham Road, and everything. Okay, we got to go to the next thing. So then overlaps come out. So now we get the overlaps. Same thing. We rocking those. Then people get it. Goes to Jew-Man. Goes to.
I remember the overlaps. That's right.
Wait a minute. Then you said something that even went farther than that. You went to the two-tone overlaps, because in the beginning it was just regular overlaps. That was it. You just had the overlap. Then you went to the two-tone, and then the two-tone. That's when people started rocking two-tone British Walkers. You feel me? You had the two-tone British Walkers, because in the beginning you didn't have no two-tone British Walkers. We just had the solid British Walkers.
Two-tone British Walkers with the two-tone. That's what I remember. With the two-tone splits.
And right, and you would have either the tassel or you had a flap on the front. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Now, you had to be there. You really had to be there to understand.
When graffiti characters had the ski hat and all of that.
Man, listen.
Hold up. I don't want to. Hang on. Let's just hold up.
Because you're getting me over. You know you.
I know, but we got to address. First of all, we got to address the supporters. So hang on. Shout out to It Was Written King. Thank you, King. He said they trying to pull a rock and roll heist on hip hop. You're goddamn right they are. But you know, motherfuckers like Lord Jamar and DJ FaZe wasn't around at that time when they was doing that shit. So you know what I mean? So it's a little different now. You see what I'm saying? We living in a different time where, you know, heist is not so easy. Thank you. Slim Slammer says, has anyone ever witnessed a neighborhood / projects of gay people, but they're oppressed? I think I see what he's trying to say. No, we've never seen like he's trying to say gay people are trying to say that they're oppressed, right? But yet no one's ever seen a full projects of of these oppressed people. You see, we have full projects of original people really oppressed, centralized in a place. You've never seen a gay projects is what he's trying to say, I believe.
Oh, okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So how could they really be oppressed is what he's saying. Like, you know what I mean? You get it?
Yeah, I get that. And let me, can I address
I don't
that?
know why he said that out of the blue, but I understand what he's saying right there. But and I thank you for your donation. Thank you, brother.
I think, and this is just me, I think that what happens with saying being oppressed is that just like a lot of people look for certain attention, right? And so they feel like if somebody else is getting attention, why shouldn't I get attention? But I think the difference with that and hip hop is that we created that. That's something, that's our creation. You see what I'm saying? So for somebody to come and just bogart our creation like that is just, you know, we're not standing for it. And I think that's where the big problem comes in, is where that they're so used of us being loving and giving and sharing that, you know, they took advantage of it. And when they took advantage of it, they were like, okay, yeah, we 50-50. And then after we 50-50, it's going to be, oh, well, we 50, we 80-20 or stuff like that. And we the 80 part. And then after that, it's 100% they did it. So what he's saying is about, you know, he never saw that it's because, number one, they can't say that they created that. That's something that's evolved during things. I mean, you look at the Bible, and they had them way back, you know. So if they say, if you're going to go by that, so we can't say who created that, but we could say without an unquestionable doubt who created hip hop.
Facts.
Answer the question.
Shout out to Ill Wills. Thank you for your donation. He said, peace to the God and DJ FaZe. British Walkers, black and white box. 125th Street, AJ Lester, and 135th Street, Lennox for shoes as well. Overlap pants, different colors. He just shouting out the shit. Thank you, Ill Wills. We appreciate you. We know you know what time it is. Yeah. Hold on, let me put my shit up here.
I wish I could type the stuff to you, but I can't do it in this one.
Oh yeah, there's a private chat in this one too.
Oh, it is.
Hang on, let me see.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it is. It is. All right.
So, but sometimes I don't be looking. It'd be a lot of shit to pay attention when you doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
So, in a perfect world, I'd have somebody else who was an administrator, right? And they deal with all that fucking private chat shit, and they can click on banners and fucking click on people's comments and all that type of shit. I don't have all of that type of shit. It's just it's just I. Shout out my fellow Virgos. We always find truth. Lord Jamar, Nas, J Electronica, then others, Kobe Bean, Michael Jackson, PJ Washington. We are the real Earths. Boom. Okay, Vroom. But let's see, but I see. Oh, Yeah, you'll know because yeah, hang on. Now, let's talk about real quick. I'd like to talk about who you are, and then I'd also like to talk about what you're doing on the 27th as far as the Disco King Mario event. I want you to talk about the what you do for the seeds and all of that as far as give the giveaways and the stuff and how people can help in that matter. So first of all, who is DJ FaZe? Why are you even up here? Like how old are you? What do you know about this fucking early hip hop shit? What makes you such sort of authority, sir?
Well, the one thing that I could say is the Black Spades uh, influence the culture of hip hop. Black Spades.
I've heard that.
Yeah, they produce the influence for hip hop.
Wait. Hang on. Wasn't the Black Spades a Black American youth gang that was formed to protect themselves from Puerto Rican and Italian gangs that were beating them up?
And this is what I'm trying to. I can't wait. And also, you the first one is getting my book. Okay, so my book is going to tell everything. It's going to open the doors to everything. So the Black Spades were formed because I don't know if people know the Bronxdale area, but the Bronxdale area is the mecca of that northeast division of stuff. So we're surrounded by Bronx River, Soundview, Monroe, Sackburn, Castle Hill. All of those surround Bronxdale. So Bronxdale is actually the mecca. So in 1967, when David, Guru, and Peter formed the Black Spades, they were actually going to defend David that had some beef with the Latinos. Okay, we don't even know if they were Puerto Ricans or whatever. We know that they were Spanish. They were Spanish-speaking people, and so they were trying to jump him. Okay, and so Guru, David, and Peter, these are karate experts. Okay, so that was not happening, and so they formed that. In those days, like I said, we were surrounded by those projects, but we were surrounded by the Italians, the Irish, and all that. So there were boundaries that we couldn't even pass or go without getting jumped. Okay, so now these brothers came along, and well, not that they came along, but they just had got enough of us not being able to go past these boundaries. All right, so what they did was they formed the Black Spades. Now they were 100% us. There was no mixture, no nothing. There was 100% us, and it was the youth. So I love when you say the Black youth. I understand that. That's something I know.
Black American youth,
American Black youths, right?
Because here's the thing, right? Even if your mother and father is Jamaican, you was born in America, you're a Black American,
right? Yeah, and
right. So I don't see why you're getting upset when I am including you.
Right.
Who cares about where your mother and father are from?
Right.
You weren't acting that way.
Right.
You weren't bringing any of that flavor to the mix. We were influencing you. You weren't influencing us.
Exactly.
This is all I'm saying, people.
That's what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is that when they started this thing, because like I said, it ended up being a $1 trillion industry. When these Spades started that, we were the young ones. We were way younger than them. They were teens, not even teens. I think they might have even preteens, and we were preteens. Okay. And so how I got into it was that, of course, I'm doing the martial arts. All my people is doing martial arts. The whole Bronxdale in the 70s was doing martial arts. If you didn't know martial arts, then you had a problem, because you can't do that. Now, one thing that I want to say, and I'm just going to say this because everybody knows Booby. That's what they used to call me, Booby. And that's why I was a baby Spade as well. But anyway, so if it rained, right, and we couldn't go outside, what we did was we were in the staircase snapping on people, snapping on each other. All right. So we were snapping. So one thing that we could never do, we could never come downstairs with high waters on. We could never come downstairs with no socks on. We could never come downstairs with patent leather church shoes on. No matter what, we could not do that. Now, if we did, it just say it was a slip or what, and somebody did, we would snap on them so hard they'd start crying. We would start crying. So this is the part that I don't understand. If we were 50-50, why in the beginning y'all didn't like us? Why your families did not like us? They did not like us. I don't care who it was, their family, their parents, and that's one of the things that we did. We snapped on you. We're not lying and saying,
hard.
We're not lying and saying that the most of the Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans, we're not lying to say, look at the old pictures, the old pictures, the 70s pictures. You'll see the Jamaicans, we put some on our channel. We put some of the pictures, and you'll see that the Puerto Ricans had all of these hundreds of thousands of colors, right? And they had high waters, and they would have these pointy white shoes, patent leather, white church shoes, and that's it. So now we see that as young kids, and you think we're not going to snap. So when we snap, they hating us even more. See, this is the catch, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be straight up with you.
Okay.
I love.
We got to get to these questions, but go ahead, finish this.
Okay.
Get to
All right.
The
whole thing was started by when in the 70s, when the Puerto Ricans came to New York, they believed that they were going to be a part of the great white America. That's what they believed.
To add to that, a lot of them had like sugar fields and shit like that, which they ended up selling, right? And they thought that they were going to be rich
when they came in.
When they thought that, oh shit, I sold my sugar field, I'm going to be rich. And so they came to America not knowing that the price of living and all of that was higher and all of that.
Much
higher than it was over there. And they probably fucking thumbed their nose at, fuck you, I'm out of here, I'm going to America, I'm going to be rich. And they're like, okay, you know what I mean? And then when they got over here, they realized not only are you not rich, not only are you not going to be treated like white people, but you have to now get on welfare, and we're going to put you in the projects with the very people that you look down upon.
Right.
Historically. You know what I mean? because there's racism within their own culture, you know, with all these
the darker ones,
all the Caribbean cultures.
oh,
I don't give a fuck if it's Jamaican, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Dominican, whatever the fuck. The darker are always looked down upon, and the lighter are always looked, you know, better. Like they all are going by the rules of Yaqub. Like they're all. That's why, you know, Yaqub created the devil on an island, on the island of Patmos. So when you find a lot of these island cultures, it seems like they're all following Yaqub's law, you know, as far as trying to lighten the demographic by hating on the darker skinned ones and making being light more appealing. And that's the same shit that Yaqub was doing. So that being said, let me read some of this stuff right here real quick. So love black people. Thank you. Love black people. He said, does hip hop become a successful genre if other cultures didn't embrace and love it? I say yes. First of all, I say I would tweak your question and say, does hip hop become a successful genre if other cultures don't participate in it? How about that? If other cultures, because everybody's going to embrace and love it. Everybody's going to embrace and love what we did as Black American youth, right? But we don't necessarily need everybody that outside of that. Like, I feel like everybody outside of Black American youth, and if you don't see yourself as that, then anybody outside of that could have been excluded and hip hop still would have been just fine.
I totally agree. And I can add to that, saying that, okay, no matter what, anything that anybody does, let's take James Brown, for instance. Now, through his whole career, when he first started, he started with us, just us. He wasn't catering to any other crowd but us. As he progressed or whatever, other people, nationalities started coming and listening to his music. So now he not only had to cater to us, but he had to do something that they can understand. Because see, that's a whole one thing. Our slang, our rhythm, our things are different. We're unique. We're unique. And some people cannot understand what we're talking about. They can't understand the rhythm. You know, as soon as you're ready to let me go in on the breakdancing, I'm ready to go in. You already know that. So, you know, they don't understand that they cannot actually participate until they understand. And so if they don't understand, then they're not getting it. They're not.
And as we say, understanding is the best part. Red Rock says, and thank you, Red Rock. He said, we called them gabardines and pleats. My first pair of British bought by my mom's was fake. Bless her heart. The gods that checked me on it, but then complimented me on how close they were. So they was fake, but they was close to the original, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
okay, let me address that. Gabardines were different than AJ's. Okay. Gabardines came in at around the same time as AJ's, but they were different. And we also had shark skins.
Yes, okay, shark skins. Remember the shark skins?
Came in at the time of shark skins.
Wow.
Okay.
I had shark skins. I had shark skins, and I had AJs. I don't think I had I don't know if I had gabardines, but I definitely had AJs, shark skins, fucking Swedish knits.
Now,
Devils. Do you remember Devil jeans?
Devil jeans came like later on, but yeah, those came in too. And you know, and that's just, you know, and I'm glad you brought that up, because look at the different designer jeans that came in, went out. Came in, they
Jordache, Sasson,
right? They came in as soon as they faded glories,
Sergio Valente.
Right. So Sergio's right. So when they came in and they started going to the regular stores, we didn't want them no more. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And
yes.
That's what the whole thing is. And they don't understand it. And so that's the same thing with everything that we did. Now, this is my question.
Hold up. I remember on the tape hearing a Jordache with the kick of the ass. A Jordache with the kick of the ass.
And you know what? And it's to be funny, not to be funny, but those were still after, like you know, they'll say those names after we done said,
when it still wasn't even fly no more, but they still kind of saying it because like it's a little bit still popular. Like.
You know, the other day it was so funny. I got on my my live, not live, or my video, and I had this shirt on.
Thank you, poor righteous teacher.
They did not know that this shirt cost like $200. They didn't know that, but they looked at the shirt. One of the Puerto Rican looked at the shirt. He said, that shirt is, that's an ugly shirt. You want to give that shirt away and everything? Now, this is the catch. When the shirt gets on and people start seeing and knowing what the shirt is and knowing where, you know, that they could get the shirt, and then the shirt starts becoming popular, then they're not going to be able to get the shirt right there because they're going to know. But then when it goes to the regular store like Macy's or something like that, then they're going to say, oh, that's fly. And then they're going to try to get it. The bigger artists or whatever are going to try to get it. And so that just shows me that the trends that we set is what they're doing. If they were 50-50, then they were a part of the creation. Show me what part they brought in. Show me what part were they 50-50. Show me what part of it, of this $1 trillion industry that's now, that they created, or even said, okay, I'm creating this part here. This is a part of what we do. Show me one thing. They can't do that. They can't do that. And so it's like when we say, okay, listen, y'all can have that. Y'all can have that, go to the thing, and then they have it, and then they say, yo, we did this. You know, I can't wait. I'm going to go in right now.
Hang on real quick. Muhammad Amory says, longtime viewer / student of you, Lord J. I bet that there are lots of people like me who are not FBA, original people, but are offended by the suggestion that anyone other than FBA youth invented hip-hop. All elements. Man, if my fucking fucking button was working right now, you're clapping the shit out of that right now. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for keeping it real, because you don't have to feel like you're FBA or a Black American or whatever, you know, title that we want to give to, you know, who we're talking about, who we're striving to address here. That this Black American culture, you know, which is right now, most people are saying FBA, you know what I mean? But again, FBA is attached to Tariq, and I think for a lot of people, their disdain for him kind of puts a tarnish on certain terms that he might have made popular. but I'm not necessarily opposed to the term FBA. I understand what it represents, and and I respect it, and that's who created this hip hop shit. But thank you, Muhammad Amory. I'm gonna just get through these real quick, and then we can. I want to ask you, get back to that question I asked you earlier. Lock Vegas. Thank you for your donation. He said, I'm glad to see FBA New Yorkers standing up for themselves. The world has swagger jacked the FBA New Yorker while simultaneously disrespecting you guys. Crazy. At least Slick Rick admitted that he got his style from FBA New York. Exactly. You could tell Slick Rick was a great student of it. He was around some live motherfuckers and just totally, absorb that shit, but still, he retained his, a little bit of his own culture where he rhymed with that English accent. But guess what? Everybody didn't start now rhyming with English accents. The only one that did it was Dana Dane, and he was in a group with the dude, and so that's the only reason why he was doing it. But and I think he was going to capitalize on what was popular at that moment. But everybody didn't now go out and man, motherfuckers loved Slick Rick. We loved Slick Rick. But he didn't influence us to the point where now everybody's making their rhymes like this. Like nobody was going around and even talking on the street.
Yo, Lord, I told you about that, yo. I told you about that, yo.
I'm just saying,
DJ
FaZe. I'm just saying, DJ FaZe. It's DJ FaZe. I tried to tell them, and we walked down the street. We weren't so influenced by the English accent that all of a sudden we start talking like Ricky D. Nobody did that.
Nobody. And so it's hard.
But he was influenced by us. Do you understand? Stop with the bullshit. The influence, it hurts that the influence goes one way. And I'm going to prove in a little bit how it goes one way. It doesn't go two ways. I don't give a fuck who lives around you. Oh, look who was in the neighborhood. How can it not influence? It didn't. We influence y'all. Y'all don't influence us. We're going to keep it moving. Gene, thank you. He said, if we are the first original being on this earth by default, we're the first creators of everything. Duh. Remember when motherfuckers used to say, duh. Like, yeah. Let's say that again, Gene. If we are the first original beings on this earth, by default, we are the first creators of everything. Some motherfuckers be like, did the black people create the piano? Yes. Did the black man create the drum? Yes. Yes. Every fucking thing that you want to. Hey, there's nothing new under the sun. And we've done it all. We've been here long enough to know about everything. Okay. To have experienced damn near everything. Okay. Cut the fucking shit. Sit back and appreciate being amongst the gods. And if my fucking applause button okay. I think this is okay. Damn. Two more real quick. Matt Cognac said, what makes something hip-hop is how you flip it or rock. Babe Ruth, the Mexican, is just a rock song until you flip it. Wallabies are just wallabies until we wear them. Oh my God. Come on, that's another one. Do you understand? A turntable is just a turntable until we fucking put our hands on it. A sound system is just a sound system until we start playing some hip hop shit through it. Okay? A hat is just a fucking hat until we put it on.
Till we
that shit hit just that perfect hip hop angle that makes all others say, God damn, I want a hat. I want to wear my hat like that too.
And we've been doing that since day one, my man.
Hey, Wiggity. We've been doing that. Not you. Not you. Not you. Not you. We've been doing that. My brother right here. Okay. My brother right here been doing that. My older brother's been doing that. And then they passed it down. See, because back then, right? Back then, you used to have a thing called with the OGs, even though we wasn't calling them OGs back then. That's actually a Cali term, but we say it now. But the older dudes used to put the younger live dudes under their wing. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Under the wing.
That's
and
what I'm talking about.
Style and fucking, you know what I mean? What a real stand-up man is and what that looks like and all this type of shit. And that's a lot of guardianship that you don't see nowadays out here on the streets. They just letting these motherfuckers crash out and I mean the young dudes don't even really want to listen. Actually, they like, even if an OG try to pull them to the side now and put them under their wing, they on some, man, it's a different time, OG. You know what I mean? I can like, they, man.
Yo, can I step away for a minute? Can you put me on the backstage for 1 minute?
Absolutely.
1 second, 1 minute. All right.
Yep.
Do you want to take an Uber?
Oh, I'll remove you. There we go. Yeah. So that's what that is. Freedman Network. Thank you, Freedman Network. Who ism DOT? Thank you. Said word. As Amory said, I'm not one to subscribe to labels, any labels like FBA, but I understand it fully as someone who was born and raised here. There you go. Thank you. And that's, you know, again, I stress Black American youth. That's what I stress. You know, a lot of people say FBA. I know what you're talking about. But, you know, a lot of times I'm saying the ones that started hip hop were Black American youth. So even if your lineage was somewhere else, you were taking part in conducting yourself like, assimilating to, having to educate yourself on. Everybody in the class, let's say it all together. Black American youth culture. That's right. Black American youth culture. I don't know why that's like a curse word to some of y'all. DJ Green the Hornet, what's good? I don't know why those words put together like that, Black American youth culture, is like a curse word to y'all. And you know, it's like the dagger in your heart to know that these are the people that created the thing that some of y'all have dedicated your lives to. Oh, it must sting you. It just must sting so bad. I'm trying to get to the bottom of these fucking comments. There's a lot of comments. Everybody make sure you click that like button. You can click the share button, let people know we in this motherfucking house right now. I got DJ FaZe. You know, I want y'all to go to my man FaZe Cash App. Okay. There he is right there. Cash.me/$FaZe Tracks. I want y'all to drop some shit on his Cash App. He got an event coming up on the 27th in Bronxdale, right? And he does giveaways, okay, for the seeds. He does clothing drives and things of that nature. But for just people in general. I don't think it's just for children. It's for people in general. Coats, you know, sneakers, shoes, all that type of stuff. FaZe is a great brother. I want y'all to support the brother. We have his Cash App on the screen right now. You ready to come back, FaZe? Are you ready? If you hear me, just nod your head if you're ready. Or give me a thumbs up or something like, okay, he's ready. We're gonna bring FaZe back. There you go. All right. So I was just telling him about what you're doing on the 27th, and you know, I got your Cash App up right now. Tell them what any donations that go towards you, what it would be going towards, and you know what you're doing for the community and stuff like that.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. Definitely thank you for that. So what I do is, and that's one of the things that we were gonna talk about is who the real father or grandfather of hip hop is, and for me is Disco King Mario. Now people get his name twisted. They think that because he has Disco King in his name that he played disco music. That's false. That's false. He stole that name from a person that did play in the discotheque. Okay, so it was about discotheque. It was not about disco music. But anyway, that's a long story. That's in my book and everything. Well, anyway, so what I do is every year in Rosedale Park, where the first jams were in 1971, not 73, not 74, in 71, the hip hop jam was in Rosedale Park. So what I do is every year I give around the same time the hip hop started in 1971, I give this outdoor jam. And so far, what I've been doing is I go get out of my own money. I spend $10,000, $15,000 on clothes, on school supplies, on food. I give the kids haircuts because that's giving back to my community. My community is what made me. If I wasn't who I am, it's because my community made me and what I've done. So I want to give back. So every year I've been coming out of my pocket and doing it. So this year people are telling me, listen, we want to help you. We want to help you be the one that, you know, that get somebody clothes, because I don't get just regular stuff. I make sure I get coats, jackets, hoodies, dresses, blouses, dungarees, sweatpants, all of that. I get all that, sneakers, all of that. You see what I'm saying? The school supply book bags come with notebooks and pens and markers and calculators and rulers and all of that. So they get a full pack of school, because there's so many people in our communities that have single parents, especially if it's a woman, and they cannot provide for 5 kids by themselves. And so we don't want them to go to school looking raggedy or go to anything. So
Club,
we
mute that,
provide.
please. That song is gonna fuck us up right now.
Oh my God! Oh wow!
Mute that
Hold
right
on.
there. Mute that. Yeah.
Oh, let me mute my thing.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. We don't need that. Trying to take the fucking the money and shit. They'll make me share with the fucking publisher of the one that made that song or some crazy shit, man. I ain't trying to play that.
I should have had the music, but yeah. Okay. Okay. Right. So it's muted. All right. So, and well, they didn't hear the words, so it probably won't catch the algorithm at all.
We'll see. Hopefully not. Get that shit.
Hopefully not. It's not. So back to what I was saying. So I want to give back to the community so that they can understand the kids, because see, the kids are what started this $1 trillion business. The kids are what started this $1 trillion business. So if they grow up thinking that they can't even do it, that they will not be able to do it, then we lost them. We lost them. And so right now they're thinking that you know, oh, we share this with they're part of it with this too. And no, it was just us as kids, and we started this $1 trillion business. And so I give back to the kids. They love it. They come. Lord Jamar's giving me the call, but he was calling out some records that he knows I'm going to cut. So either you're going to be on the side, you know that. You know I would do that.
I don't care if we got to double up, motherfucker. Like,
I know.
I guess y'all gonna have to hear him again. Listen, you know what? You just be listen, I'm gonna show you how much of a real DJ I am, right? You be just hand me the break beats. You see what I'm saying? You hand me what you want me to play, and I'll just play.
I'm gonna listen, man. I'm gonna put so much stuff.
I'll be like, oh, it's this one.
You're gonna be like, that's where that came from.
La 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 la. Like, don't fucking play with me. I was a real hip hop DJ. Like, behind my back, all that type of shit.
So much shit on you. You guys, because you know I'm a beat master. I'm a break master. All right. There's only a few break masters, right? There's only a few break masters. I'm a break master. So we could do that for weeks. We could throw nothing but breaks on for weeks at a time. Just break beat after break beat after break beat after break beat. All right. So I'm gonna pass you some stuff. You're gonna say. You're gonna be scratching your head like, holy mackerel, where did that come from? All right, because that's what we do. And see, that's what I try to do, and what I've been successful in doing it is because bring the old school jam back so that they cannot say nothing, that they created this or they did that. No, if you created that, then why are you not doing that? Why are you not doing it? Why are you not coming up with and saying it? Because now this is one thing I have to say. Name one salsa beat, any Jamaican record or whatever that created hip hop. Name that. Name one, even like when you said about the dreads. That was not the creation of hip hop. We didn't wear no dreads on the creation of hip hop. You didn't comb your hair and you would be snapped on. You see what I'm saying? So those things, where is the creation, the 50-50 creation? Tell me what they brought. What they brought to that 50-50 creation part of it. You feel me? And so
Not a
that's
damn thing.
not a damn thing. And that's why they didn't answer the challenge.
Don't worry about a damn thing.
That's why we won. That's why we won the challenge. That's why we won.
Y'all
Okay.
really ain't bring a damn thing.
They didn't bring nothing. And that's what's the problem.
What you brought? No. You know what they brought? You know what they brought? Was their love and their appreciation.
Okay.
For a thing
Our creation.
that they saw.
Right.
And over time, that love and appreciation was so deep that they wanted to be one with it. You see? They wanted to be one with it. Thank you, D. Hamilton. But the facts don't line up with the lust. The facts don't line up with the lust, and there's a lust here. There's a lust to be part of it like that. Ion Zine, thank you. He said they were rapping in the 40s, breakdancing in the 50s, probably before that.
30s. You can probably go back to 30s.
Yeah, you can go back to the 30s, the 20s. I'm sure you could see things that resemble breakdancing in the Black American community. Freedmen's Network said, "Peace, Lord. Peace, DJ FaZe. Peace to you, Freedmen. Thank you." Malik Omar said, "Salute to Lord Jamar for standing up for the truth when it comes to hip-hop. I suggest that we start boycotting all these rappers who are stealing hip-hop history from FBA. We are the heirs of hip-hop." You know, this is true. This is true. I think we ought to let them know, if you want our continued support, y'all need to stop this nonsense. P-Rock just put out an album with him in Common, and trust me, it's not going to be the Jamaican community that supports that album. If it does well, it's going to be because Black Americans bought it. Now, I'm not even going to say the Jamaican community. The Puerto Rican community is not going to buy it either. Let's just keep it fucking real. The type of music that you made, Pete and Common, is the type of music that Black Americans want to hear. That's what you're catering to. So let's stop the nonsense. Turn that shit down, because Peter still posted some shit earlier today, you know, some pictures from the 80s and saying they're from the 70s and trying to imply that Black people and Puerto Ricans were always together. But that's just not the truth. Just like Blacks and Jamaicans weren't always together. All these groups are still not together like that. All these groups still have their own areas. There's Jamaican areas. There's Puerto Rican areas. There's Black areas. Y'all acting like it was all cream and baby. Like it was all fucking Blacks and Puerto Ricans just, you know, shoulder to shoulder. Oh, I want to talk about this in a second. This fucking myth that's going around right now. Let me just say it before and then I'll read this and then we'll get back to it. But the myth is that somehow hip hop would not have existed if the gang truce didn't come about. Hold that thought. Hold that thought of disgust. Hold that fucking thought of disgust, sir. I'll be right with you. Fuende, thank you for your donation. He said, it's crazy. A struggling podcaster splitting his audience off some FBA nonsense. Oh, this is a cockbag that thinks he's going to donate to get his point across. Well, here it is. I'll read it. You know, the three credited for creating hip-hop have roots in Jamaica. It's all over the internet. Okay, Fuende. Does that mean fuckhead in African? What does that mean? Thank you for your donation. I'll take the money. With your stupid ass comment. Matter of fact, get off my channel. Bye. You're now banned. Fuck out of here. But anyway, Fuende, he said a struggling podcaster. Really? Struggling? You think I'm struggling? Okay. Just like you think y'all motherfuckers created hip hop, right? Your delusion is on 1,000.
On 1,000 backwards.
Again, yeah, I know those people that are created have roots in Jamaica and Barbados and all these other places, but they still were Black Americans. None of them were acting like their Caribbean ancestry. They all had to bow to the royalty of Black America, which they lived amongst. Yeah, none of them could bring that bullshit to the table and have it fly. None of them. Okay, so I'm sorry that it hurts your heart, fuck day or whatever the fuck your name is. And you got your little shot off. You know what I mean? But just like Trump, that shit didn't even graze a motherfucker. It didn't even hit my, it barely grazed my ear, bitch.
We got it. You know what?
Have a nice
we gotta
day.
stop doing that. We talked about it. I'm never saying that one individual's name ever again. I'm never saying his name ever again. All right, and we gotta stop doing that because they come. You know who the one I'm talking about. Okay, I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna never say his name again. All right, so that's what they do. They come on your channel, and so the people say, yo, you beef, just like you said, I'm beefing with Lord Jamar, I'm beefing with DJ FaZe or whatever. And so that gets them into the conversation. You feel me? That gets them into the conversation. This dude that I'm talking about built up a whole bunch of things where people know his name because that's what he did. He came in, they're very intelligent if you think about it. He came in by saying false stuff. So yeah, they calling him a liar or whatever, but who are they calling a liar? Him, because his name is there. So I promised myself I'm not making nobody famous no more. The only way I make them famous is the other way, And so, that's what we have to stop doing. We have to because and that's why they come. They come just for that reason. They come because they know that we're making noise. They know that we're putting our foot down, and so they know that people. Because I was saying that today.
Look how I just made this dummy though. I made him pay in order to try to get his shit out there.
Right, and we should do that to all of them.
Yeah, hey,
that's to all of them.
Pay,
you gotta pay
and then I'll send you. Guess where I send them though? Guess where I send them? FaZe.
Where?
To the block party. Straight to the fucking block party. You want to be hip hop, right? You want to be hip hop, right? Let's go to the block party. I'm sending you to the block party. How about that?
Oh,
you tell me in the comments like that.
To the block party.
And then to the block party. Hang on, Gene. Thank you, Gene. He said, "Big up to helping the community. Professor Griff agreed with you on the truth. Harlem got the shake. Do you see people in the ATL saying they made it up? but they participated. It's really not a hard concept. And I'm tired of the fact that we're focusing just on breakdancing and shit like that. Like we have so many dances as black people, it's not even fucking funny. Freedman's Network, thank you once again. Actual Proof, thank you. He said, really wanted to support Common, but I can't mess with Pete Rock. It's a shame.
I think that's my people, Freedman Network. Yeah, I think that's my people, Freedman Network. I just saw that logo. Yeah, that's them. Peace, free. There you go again. Yes, I think that's my people. Peace.
Okay, well, shout out to Freedman's Network in the motherfucking house.
Yes.
Actual Proof, thank you. Pardon me. Yeah, you know. It is what it is.
Saying though, what we were talking about is, you know, the gang culture.
Oh yeah. Well, why they say? Okay, now that we got through this, why do these fuckers keep acting like hip hop wouldn't have existed without this fucking gang truce that they talk about? Why are they saying this bullshit? Because they act like we weren't having block parties or anything before that. I don't get it.
Well, one thing that I could say about the so-called gang truce was that as a gang, right, it wasn't the gangs that were destroying the gangs. It was the police officers, the government that was destroying the gangs. So at those times, in those years, the police were, if they saw you with your gang colors on, you were going to be arrested. You're going to be hassled. You're going to be, you know, thrown in the back of the police car and beat up and all of that stuff. And so at that time, you got to remember, see, just like anything, just like the Panthers, the Panthers were destroyed by what? By not the other people against the Panthers. It was by somebody that felt like they were getting too powerful. They were doing too much right. They were helping us. And what happens to anybody that helps us, anybody that speaks up for us? The same thing. So the gang culture truce was not, and especially what, I hate to bring up his name, but what K. Harris said, that's totally not true. The Zulu Kings and the Shaka Zulus and everything, those came out of the baby Spades.
Thank you again.
You see what I'm saying? And not all of the baby Spades went and did that. A lot of the baby Spades had to stay baby Spades. They couldn't go over the Bronx River. Okay, they couldn't do that because the elders said, y'all not going over there. Y'all not going over there. And so the truce had nothing to do with the development, because after the truce, there was still gangs. There was still people, you know, the Spades, the Nomads, there was still a lot of gangs. Okay, so the truce was just at that period of time needed to calm down because, you know, Benji had got killed. And that's what the gang thing came to go on, because at that point, each gang was against each other. And then you even had people in one gang against the same gang. You see what I'm saying? One division of this gang was against the same gang. So, right. You know, so the truth had nothing to do with the bringing of hip hop. That had nothing to do with it.
Shout out to Absolute 72. He said, "Good show, thank you." You know, here's some common sense shit. I think I want people to put in their minds. Okay, you're in a gang, right? There's different territory. You know, you got your motherfuckers over here, you got your motherfuckers over there. Y'all have grown up in a culture where y'all don't fuck with each other. Y'all don't go over there because you know if you do, it's a fucking problem. Right? It's been going on like this for years. Then a truce comes. Now use your common sense. Do you think people really now, just because there's a truce, they're going to automatically start mingling together? Like, oh, I can just freely go over there now. There's a fucking truce. Or are people more apt to keep doing what they've been doing, but now know that that's an option? And maybe if I bring my Puerto Rican friend from school back over here, he won't get beat up. And if I got to be the right type of motherfucker to do that, because I can't just be any old nigga bringing somebody who usually don't even come over here. I got to be the type to be like, you know what? You want to come to my neighborhood? Don't worry. Trust me. When you come over there, you're going to be good. Everybody fuck with me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so come on. I know you Puerto Rican. Don't worry about it. Like, that's the type of shit that had to even happen, even after the truce. The niggas acting like niggas were just hugging and, come on, yeah. Now we can throw jams. Like, motherfuckers was having parties before it was outside. Let me ask you something, DJ FaZe. How come you're not on a lot of these flyers that they talk about from where's the flyers from 71? You say that you guys were doing it before Cool Herc in 73. He has a flyer. Where's your flyer, sir?
I'm going to let it be known. The main thing about fly, and there's two parts of this. There's two parts. But the main thing of flyers is, number one thing is that a flyer is for a paid event. You have to take your flyer, whether it be 50 cents, whether it be $1, $2 regular, and $1 with the flyer, is still a paid event. Okay, that's number one. When hip hop was created, there was no paid events, none. We were kids, number one. And number two is, when we brought our equipment out, we didn't even know that we was going to be able to rock in that place. We didn't know that. And the reason why we didn't know was because every light pole, there was no generators. We didn't have no generators. So every light pole did not have a test plug in there. That's number one. And so we didn't know if we found a one with a test plug, then we hook up to that. But if we think that there's a test plug inside of this light pole and there's not, we would have brought our equipment there and couldn't even set it up to do anything because we didn't have no power. That's number one thing. We did not know that we were coming out to do this outside jam. That's number one. Number two thing is, even after we started doing that, the real gangsters would be so upset if you put their name on a flyer and they being the police, the whoever know that they be at that party. This is so funny. This is so funny. One of the gang comments is,
I gotta address this comment, but go ahead.
God rest his soul, man. Rest in peace, Black Willie. one time we was outside doing this shit, right? And we get on the mic, Black Willie in the house, whatever, whatever. And Black Willie came running to the front. He was like, yo, no, don't say that. Don't say that, real talk. And so we were like, oh my God, you're right. Because, everybody looking, everybody know, okay, whatever. So that's why a lot of we didn't, number one, we didn't have cameras. We were kids. We did not have no Polaroids or whatever. If somebody had a camera, it'd be their parents. And when hip hop was created, your parents was not good. Our parents thought that this was crazy. Like, what were y'all doing? Everybody thought that it was crazy. What are y'all doing? This is just a fad. This is something. So there was no cameras. There was nobody could say, okay, even on the index card, the index cards were for invitation to a party, and that's it. Now, this is the most important thing. In the creation of things, and this is in my book, we didn't call ourselves DJ this. We didn't call ourselves MC this. We had one name, Mario. They called me Easy Al. They called me Booby. Okay. So later on, when flyers did come up, you'll see stuff that says Easy Al. You'll see where we rocked at the Stardust. Well, you see where we rocked at the T Collection. You'll see where we rocked at Stevenson. You'll see all of those things. Okay.
See,
so the flyer was something that the older people did because they wanted to make money. All the flyers that you see on it, you'll see down on the bottom, it says donation, $1 or whatever, and or $2 and $1 with the flyer. So you would have to give that flyer to the person at the door for you to get that dollar off. And people just don't get it. They don't get the concept of that. So I say that the people that talk about, whoa, where's the flyer? You don't got no flyer. Those are the people that were not there. Those are the people who were not there. They don't know nothing about the creation. They don't know what happened. If they said that, oh, where's the pictures? Where's the pictures? Come on, man. Come on.
Listen, not to cut you off, right? Because I want to address this shit right here. Because Vic P, they are actually not, most Puerto Ricans aren't tripping, but definitely a lot of people, Puerto Ricans are tripping about this. But like we had spoke about, why the fuck are you gonna make a flyer to just go outside and have fun? Right. Like think of, that's like me saying, you said that you used to play, y'all used to have stickball games out in the street, right? With you and your friends, right? Where's the fucking flyers that said that y'all used to play stickball games?
Right.
But where's the fucking flyers of when y'all used to play run, catch, and kiss? Or, where's the flyers
for Skelzy, for Ring Olivia, for Manhunt?
Like, where's the flyers for any of that shit? Like, come on, motherfuckers. Like, these are children. You see, again, these are Black American youth. These are children. They're not thinking about flyers and shit like that. Grown-ups had cameras and shit like that. Older people and or people with money, people with privilege and shit like that. Yo, I have a friend. See, growing up in New Rochelle, you'll have white people that you'll go to school with and shit like that. You know what I mean? Even though we might live in different neighborhoods and shit like that, right? So I got a friend who I've known, since elementary school, right? And recently, he's showing me like this motherfucker got like home movies and shit like that, like that his pops took, and you know, of him playing youth tackle league and shit like that. And I was in youth tackle league. I have no fucking proof whatsoever. Like I don't even have one picture of me in my youth tackle fucking uniform. I don't have nothing with my youth tackle jacket. There's nothing of me scoring any touchdowns. Fucking, I have one picture of me in Little League. And I was in a couple Little League teams, but I only have one fucking Little League. There's one team that I was on. I have proof of this fucking shit, but I fucking damn well did it. Like, you know what I mean? But it's crazy. I was like, damn, like, it just makes you see how, there was certain things that maybe economically that certain families had that others didn't have. And this dude had home movies at the same time. Then, like, I don't even think I seen a home movie camera like up close. You know what I mean? Like, now he's showing me. I was like, that shit. I was like, how do I? And he got mad pictures and shit too from back then. You know what I mean? My mother did have a camera, I remember. My pops had a camera too, but my pops didn't live with us. And
it would cost to get those films developed. The films
it definitely costs to get them, and it costs to get the flash, because you'd have to get these flash cubes to put on the motherfucking camera.
And it costs to get that. Okay?
And them shits blow out after, man, it was some shit.
Imagine wasting your flash and your film on something that your parents they wasn't even fond of. Okay. Right. Now, yes, they will go to your graduation, click a flick on you. Maybe you got an honor for something. Maybe your family came from different places and y'all all together. Y'all make that click. Those are pictures that are worth to go and do. So we didn't have that necessity. We didn't have that. We didn't have that pleasure of carrying the cameras outside with us or whatever. Because if it was just like you said, it was your father's camera, your mother's camera, I dare you take that camera outside. I dare you. I dare you. I know you didn't take my $49 or whatever the amount camera outside to go play, because that's what we were doing. We were playing. We were playing, okay? We, like you said, and see, going back to the snaps. Now, if we got on sneakers and we playing Ring Olivia or Manhunt and all those stuff, and another kid comes out with some church shoes, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You want to snap on them. And that's just a fact. That's like, and so, yes, we didn't have no flyers. We weren't thinking about having flyers. We were thinking about having fun. And that what brings me to the part where, breakdancing.
Hang on. I don't want to talk about breakdancing yet. Hang on.
Okay.
You got too much shit. You trying to just let it out. He wants to let it all out. We're not even supposed to be on here all this long. We're supposed to celebrate that they didn't fucking, you know what I mean? And you're turning this. Look, we've been on here fucking hour 43 minutes already.
Okay.
Yeah, Lord. Turn this into some other shit. Hang on a second. Todd Bridgeforth, he said, didn't Eminem invent hip hop? Didn't he teach Coca Rock how to flow? LOL. Thank you, Todd Bridgeforth, for your humor. We love it. Gene, he said, it doesn't matter about the gangs. It was the vibration, regardless of what side you was on, just like today. Yeah, and the vibration was being vibrated by Black American youth. Thank you, Gene. Spencer Robinson said, this is real shit. Thank you, Spencer. I appreciate you. This is some real shit. I don't like fake shit. J Reaction. I remember you, King. What's up, King? He said, peace, Lord Jamar FaZe, enjoying the build. Facts, don't care about feeling. That's right. History is history. Can't nobody change it. Original people we are today because of FBA, from the civil rights movement to hip hop. Yes, thank you. Clap it up. J Reaction be having mad like great reactions and shit. Despite being obviously power rule, Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? Like, but he just gives it up real, like, you know what I mean? And I don't understand what's the problem. Like, look, he's still alive. He was here last week. He was here last live, and now he's back. He's still here. Like, you know what I mean? He's alive. He said the truth. It didn't kill him. You know what I mean? It's okay. You'll live through it. You can be truthful and still live. Like, for real, y'all. It's all right. But yeah, homeboy earlier said Puerto Ricans aren't tripping about this. And yes, a lot of them are tripping. The lazy legs of the world. Your man Lazy Legs. He's big mad. You know.
There's a couple of them.
There's a couple of them. There's I got this one little guy who's challenging me to fucking one-on-one fights, and oh yeah, it's getting crazy. I'm not gonna make him famous either though, because he would love for me to say his name so that he can be famous, so that he can finally get his shit popping, because this shit never popped. Like, it never popped. It never quite. He never was able to really get, that fucking, that recognition that he wants, and feels like he deserves, But listen, hip hop legend is not a word that a phrase that's just thrown around loosely, like, that's just what it is, people. I want to take a quick after this right here. KM, thank you for your donation. Said Biggie Smalls and Slick Rick, Jamaican descent. KRS, Barbados descent. Lord Jamar, Guyana descent. Fife Dog and Nicki Minaj, Trinidad descent. Did or do FBA music? Huh? Yes, all of those people with that descent, they did or do FBA music. Correct. Thank you for your donation, KM. So yes, you named a bunch of people who, if you trace their lineage back, including me on my father's side, to my great grandfather, we all have that type of descent. Yet none of us, Biggie Smalls didn't do no Jamaican music. Slick Rick didn't do no Jamaican music. Fucking, KRS, the shit he was doing was hip hop with, and he did some Jamaican influence shit. But let's keep it real. He's doing hip hop. Like, all of these people, Fife, hip hop. Nicki Minaj, hip hop. Even when they try to sprinkle some flavor of that shit in later on, because again, all of these people that you're naming came way later after the creation of hip hop, when we started broadening our horizons and actually taking from all types of sounds and genres, but making it hip hop. You know what I mean?
And that's the key, creation.
So yeah. There's that. Real quick, since we still, we got like damn near 1,000 people in here. I just want to play this joint once again. Just in case y'all in the motherfucking area this Saturday, come check us out.
City, we rock Lincoln Park, July 20th with Rel, Horace Brown, Jeff Red.
Call me with your life.
Nice and smooth. And Brand Nubian.
Hey, baby, your hips was getting big.
All Also, up and coming new talent, graffiti contest, breakdancing, honoring Grand Mixer DXT, responsible for bringing hip hop to New Rochelle and Westchester. With the Master Plan Bunch, Infinity Squad, the Baby Herculors. So make sure you come out. That's July 20th, Lincoln Park, New Rochelle, New York.
All right, y'all.
Nice.
Just wanted to put that up real quick. That's this Saturday. And of course, the Saturday after that, where we gonna be? Oh yeah. Let me
right.
the whole thing. Yeah. It says Black Spades secured at the bottom. 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Food.
Oh, we're changing that. We're changing that
giveaway. Oh, you changed it?
Yeah, we're gonna go from 1 to 8.
From 1 to 8. Okay.
Yes, because we got so many acts that are coming. People are calling in like, "Yo, FaZe, put me on. I got to do this." Theodore's coming. We had to push it up. We had to push it up to 1 o'clock. Like I said, yo, I'm giving you your time. You going to do your time.
I'm talking to K Bond. He coming through, right? Raps new.
K Bond, right. And so this is going to be this is going to be a jam. This is going to be a real jam. When we did it in the back in the days, man, we had all of these groups that came on and they rocked and through the whole thing, they rocked it. We got a chance to show off. We got a chance to fellowship and everything. So that's what we bringing back. We bringing back the old school jam. Okay, these concerts, they're concerts. Okay, we're doing a jam. We got a generator now, so we don't got to plug into the light pole. You know what I'm saying? And so we doing a jam, man. And this is going to be a real jam. And like I said, with the reason why we put it up also earlier, because we want people to come and get their clothes, come and get their stuff, their school supplies. We're giving the kids haircuts and stuff like that. So we want to do that. We want to push that, and let them get a chance because, like I said, you already know, Lord, I went and I got mad stuff, man. I got mad containers full of stuff, ready to do. So we're gonna take care of the community. Come get you something to eat. A lot of people act like they too good to eat or something. Come and get some eat. Share the bread. Let's eat together. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna have the food out there. We're gonna have all different kind of foods. We're not gonna just have one type of food. It ain't gonna be just hamburgers or hot dogs and stuff. We're gonna have food out there, and we're gonna give it to the community. Okay, so we're going to do that. It's going to be a hip-hop jam, something for our thing. We only do it once a year. So it's going to be that shit. And just like you said, you're going to get on there, you want to cut up, catch a groove. Oh, you go ahead, cut up, catch a groove. You rock it. And the whole time, people are going to hear that and see that. And what we were talking about you're going to see how it comes true. Another reason why we didn't have flyers, because as soon as we turned the music on, people would come to hear the music and come. They will come.
You don't need flyers.
They will come. You ain't need no flyer. You turn your music on, and the people gonna come. They're gonna come. They're gonna come. So we didn't need to put that flyer there. We were kids. We weren't thinking about flyer. We were thinking about having fun. Okay. And I gotta say it. So what we were doing back in the days, and the reason why we let a lot of stuff go is because in the beginning, in the creation of it, we were about doing, ourselves. When we got a little bit older, we started thinking about girls. Okay, we started thinking about, look at this fly girl coming or whatever. So you ain't gonna do that to a fly girl. You know what I'm talking about. We wanted, and so that's what our developments was. our developments were we started one thing, we went to the next thing. Well, that's why you say, look how many styles that we've done since the big creation. Look how many fashion statements we made since the creation. Okay, because we keep on and we keep on and we keep on doing it. And then the next generation, they come along and they do theirs, and then the next generation come along and do theirs. So it's an honor for me to say, yo, if I got it, Lord Jamar, why he can't get it? All right. If my elders say, yo, they got it, why I can't have it? You feel me? And that's what we do. That's
and did the God add on to your cause and not just monetarily, but I'm donating school supplies and pledge school supplies and all that. Did I not? Like,
not only did you did it like a real G, and you even said, yo, this is what you said. You said, yo, you need that? Oh, I got you. That's what you said. That's a real G. That's a real G. Just like now, I wouldn't be on this. I want to be you said, yo, this is how you do this. This is how you do that. This is the difference between real G's. And I'm going to tell you, for this whole hip hop thing, people are selfish, and not even just for finance or whatever. It's selfish. They don't want you to be bigger than them. They don't want you to be big. If they see you getting a amount of views or whatever, and they'll say, they ain't going to teach you and say, yo, this is what you need to do that to get more views or whatever. They're not going to do that. Only real G's, real people, the real deal will do that. And
let me ask you something.
You did that.
Let me ask. Thank you. Let me ask you something. But is that a hip hop trait? Remember when they used to hide the labels? Why were they hiding the labels?
100%.
They didn't want you to fucking have the record that they fucking had. It was very 100%. Fucking selfish. Like
100%.
I used to think Apache was actually bongo rock. I thought the name of it was bongo rock. Right. That's the original. When my man, when he first came back and he first heard Apache, I guess he saw what he saw. And because the other side said bongo rock, if I'm not mistaken, right? So when he first came around the way, because he's older than me, and he fucking heard bongo, and he's just calling it bongo rock. And when he fucking played that shit, like, that was hip hop. Like, we didn't even have to hear words. When we heard that fucking Apache, when that fucking break came in, like, see, I don't even understand when the break beats was the stars at one point. You didn't even need nobody rapping on no shit. Like, you didn't need no rapping. You just needed a motherfucker keeping that and scratching and making that shit just go on time. And
Apache, the best part for me was when you go to the next record and they had that little so boom, that could do that, do that could do that could do that. And so people thought, and just like with Fruit Song, people thought that stop was a part of Fruit Song. That wasn't. That was a part of the record before that. It was a compilation record. And you see what I'm saying? But you're 100% right. Okay, till this day, I scratch out the name.
You see what I'm saying?
Because listen.
So that's what I'm saying. Is that a hip hop trait?
Yes.
So, because I remember
it's a part of competition,
right? And it's also, I believe, a way to just not make things so easy. Motherfucker, if you really want to know what this is, find it out how I fucking found it out. Like, study the music, Do what the fuck you gotta do. Like today, everybody wants shit just rolled out to you.
Rolled out. Right.
And so that would be like, so now let me see how interested you really are. You see what I'm saying? Once you peek over my shoulder and you see that shit is blacked out, either you're gonna walk away and be like, fuck it, I don't know what it is. He got it blacked out. Or you're gonna be like, damn, he got that shit blacked out. I gotta find out what that record is. Like, you know what I mean? And I was one of those type of motherfuckers. Like, I gotta find out what that record is. I need that motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? And then, but you know,
I think.
Hold up, let me just finish. You'll bring things, you'll bring people into your life, right? Through your mind that will help you if you put yourself on a certain frequency, and then those be the motherfuckers be like, yo, that's this record. Like, I'll put you on. This is this shit right here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And even their shit might be blacked out, but they'll tell you what it is, and you'll be like, oh, thank you. You know what I mean?
And that's the brotherhood. That's the brotherhood.
And yes, okay, and that creates a brotherhood. Yes.
Right.
Because they see that you wasn't on that surface level of you just wanted to know it just because you're a nosy piece of shit. Like, you want to know it because you really love this shit and you want to fucking be able to utilize this shit in your own fucking life.
You know, and it's something when you brought that up, because I remember taking the 6 train at St. Lawrence Avenue, and when I was supposed to be going to school, playing hooky and going to Brooklyn and getting a record that I knew had that break on there. Okay, I remember going downtown to Wall Street and getting a record that had this break on it. So imagine looking for a certain record at all the record stores or whatever and can't find it. And then when you do find it, you bring it back and can't wait to put it on and play this record. And then somebody just finds it. And that's, you know, you have to understand why a lot of original DJs are mad at Serato, mad at CDJs, mad at these things, because we came up in a time where we had to put our turntables on the thing, whatever, get our mixer, put our headphones on, listen to where the break is at, cue it over to that next break, put it on there, catch the other thing.
These motherfuckers DJ with no headphones. They could just look at the shit and be like, okay, it starts right there.
Right there, everything. That's why a lot.
And I don't like that. I have to hear the shit, man. I can't just look at the shit and be like, okay, I guess yeah, that should be good.
It's a part of. See, and this is something that's crazy too. We used to could DJ without the headphones. There's a certain trick that beat masters know about the record, the vinyl.
Oh yeah. Well, the beat juggler, the pulling it back with the fucking, you know what I mean?
And when my book come out,
shit, yeah.
When my book come out, I'm exposing a lot of DJs.
Yeah, that needle shit was an art in its whole own self. Hang on. Terrell McMillan, thank you, King. This is a regular who's usually in the house. He said, peace, LJ, much love. Damn, I'm late. Definitely love you and KRS for sure, but 100% undeniable truth coming from this joint. Yeah, it is. Oh, and this is what I wanted to say. Listen, I love KRS too, man. Like, this is not some shit against KRS. And you know what? In honor of KRS, I'd like to pick up where he left off. We need to reinstate the HEAL initiative. You remember Human Education Against Lies? Yeah, that's something KRS had. I say this is part of that. That inspired me. Like that you see what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with KRS. And that heal, you know what I mean? That's some shit that I always feel. So I always was into that, you know what I mean? Human education against lies. I always been on that my whole career type of shit. So I feel like that's, you know, we need to heal. This is something we need to heal. We need to educate people against lies.
I agree.
Okay?
I agree.
So let's educate ourselves against these lies so that we all can heal. Because, see, here's the thing. Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans were lied to by who, I'm not sure exactly. But someone told them that they was there since day one.
Right.
On the creational side. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's not true.
Right.
So we need human education against lies. That's the only way we're going to heal, y'all.
Right.
Only way we're going to heal.
Now, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Why do you think that KRS made this statement that anybody that doesn't say or believe that Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans were there in the creation are stupid? Why do you think he made that statement?
My guess would be he was in a environment that would have been receptive to that. You see, he was in an environment that probably had a multitude of Puerto Ricans / Jamaicans or more Puerto Ricans. It really seemed like he was going hard for the Puerto Ricans on that one. Yeah, I feel like he was probably in a room like that. That's my educated guess.
Okay, the next question is Crazy Legs. I saw in the interview where Crazy Legs was interviewing John Leguizamo, and he said that he needs $100,000 to bring his people to the Olympics. What do you think that was aired for?
Who needs $100,000 to bring his people?
Crazy Leg needs $100,000 to bring his people. They need trainers, they need this, and they need that to bring them to the Olympics.
You see, here's the thing, right? I wouldn't give a fuck if they went to the Olympics. Like I believe Crazy Legs was a good break dancer. He's somebody that's known for break dancing. When break dancing went commercial, right? He was one of the main ones they talk about, right? So if he would just admit the truth, I wouldn't have had problem even recommending, like, go ahead, go to the fucking Olympics. You could go, but now you're gonna gotta send a brother too. Like, don't think that we can't go, you know. But I would, yeah, bro. Crazy Legs is a good representation of breakdancing. Fuck it, he can go and be a judge or some shit like that. But now I wouldn't recommend his fucking ass the way he's acting now. You know what I mean? I wouldn't recommend him to go nowhere fucking now, but if he were to tell the truth about, you know, the originators of breakdancing, and I guess now that's a good segue for you to talk a little bit about breakdancing. Yeah, if he wants to go and be one of the representatives, fine. But I think we need to also find a foundational Black American who also would be a good representative of that. You know?
Do you know why I think it's a bad idea?
Well, go ahead and tell me.
I'm gonna tell you why it's a bad idea. Number one thing is just like
and what is a bad idea? Just to be clear,
to take take them to a breakdancing contest in the Olympics,
Right.
Because, all right, just like a basketball player, right? A basketball player, when it was created a certain way, right? And they had a certain style or whatever. And yes, it went to different LeBron James and then Michael Jordans and everything started slam. Dr. J started dunking and all of these people, you know.
You'll have white people say, white people created basketball. You mean black people are guests in the house of basketball?
Okay. And so these people, you know, they took it and they did it.
Y'all
so
didn't really create basketball, but
it was still basketball. These break dancers that you call break dancers are not break dancers. Even a ballerina dance coordinates with the music. These people that are doing this dance don't need music because they're not doing it to the break. The break dancer is the person that goes off on this break. And the go off part shows that they're doing. That's why they dance to different drum beats. They dance because their foot was moving on one drum. The hands are moving. So it's a style that co-ops with the break that they're doing. So if you're spinning on your head or spinning on your back, what part of the music that is doing that? I would say that's classical music. Okay, that's not breakdancing. That's not breakdancing to the beat. So don't represent the creation of hip hop by doing something that's totally not breakdancing. That's totally not breakdancing. Now, if, for instance, that they took just a little bit of it and said, okay, we're going to incorporate this a little bit more, that would even be okay. But to just do some flips and some this, not even to the beat, you take off the music and just have it playing whatever, you'll see them just going spinning on the head or whatever, right? But then you throw the music back in there, and then you'll see, what are they doing? Where's the break part of that? Where's the charisma? So just like the hustle, right? The hustle is flowing with the beat. You flipping your girl and put your girl to you to the beat. Okay, so just like a seven, we was talking about it earlier, the 7 minutes of funk.
Right.
A real break dancer could break to 7 minutes of funk because boom, 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 with the flow.
Right.
Even when you go back and you look at the lockers were doing it to the beat. They were doing clapping their head or whatever they were doing to the beat. These new breakers, these people that consider themselves breakers.
And you're talking about the crazy legs and that era. That's what you're talking about.
Because they're not to the break. You don't have to have, listen, you don't have to have a break to do what they're doing. You can, and they start off doing something with whatever, and then when the break is on, they doing the same thing. So where is the break part of it? Where is the actual break that they're supposed to be doing? Now, when we started and when we created, that beginning part of the record is when we're going around searching for our Vic. Okay, we're searching for our Vic. We're doing all this. So when we get our Vic, then we're going to go to the break and do it. Wow, that, do that, and whatever. You see what I'm saying? Because that
And how
was
you
the
even choose? How you choosing your Vic? You just whoever you think is
because
the weaker dancer.
we going around and while that little thing is doing or whatever, you might be you know what the Vic might be, you know, trying to do something to impress somebody or whatever, and then you see that person, oh, you trying to impress us,
Right, he
you
need to get it.
you trying to do something, oh, come here, let me show you something, let me
Right.
show you something, wait until the break part come, and then bam,
Wait
that's
until the
it.
break part
Got
comes.
him. And we got him. And that's what it was. That's, you know, people don't understand that when we were breaking, we were doing it against the opponent. We were doing it. So that's why when we put our hands in your face like that, that's a diss.
I don't
That's
know
like
where my mods are at.
We showing you that, yo, you can't fuck with us. You can't, this is something that we doing. And so that's why our elders, whatever, they were burning. They were burning people. They would go and go to their Vic and they like burn them and do something that they, and also listen, this is the part that really, really makes connects. So if you were doing something and it wasn't to the beat, then you're whack. You're whack. Because anybody could just do a stupid move. That's just like when the robot came out, right? They were doing the robot to the beat. Okay, the beat was this, and the robot was this. You wasn't doing the robot slow or whatever, and you got a dun, 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 and a really slow. You wasn't doing that because then you would have to do like you moving in slow motion because you going to the motion of the record. And so now the breakdancer that they call breakdance, because I don't call it breakdancer, those things you can do to slow beats, you can do to anything because you're not doing it to the beat. And that's all I want to say. So if they bring this, what they're doing to represent hip hop, I think that's a bad idea. I think the people are gonna look at it and say, "Oh, that's breakdancing." I seen this video. Oh my God!
Wait, hang on. Hold that thought. Hold on. Sincere love to God. That peace, God. Why do you think no other mainstream hip hop heads are speaking up rather other than yourself? I'll say because people are more concerned with affiliations than with the truth. Okay? They're more worried about certain people not fucking with them anymore rather than telling the truth. That's what I think. What do you think, people? You tell me what. That's a good question. But yeah, I think they don't want to disrupt certain affiliations that they have with people. So that's why they don't speak up.
I think it's just like the difference between a diehard Knick fan and a jock rider. I think that when the Knicks are rocking and you all the way Knick fan, you rocking the Knick fan, you doing that, you rocking it because the Knick fan, right? But then when the Knicks start losing, then you're against the Knicks, like, oh, the Knicks is whack or whatever. And I think that's the same thing that's happening now. A lot of people are being jock riders. So if the main people or a lot of more of the people are saying that this is happening, then they're going to ride with that. But then when the evidence comes that they did, they'll change and say that they were saying that the whole time. They were saying it the whole time. So now that that we're bringing this up, and then when people catch on and people understand the truth and they see the truth, those people that were saying what they were saying before is going to jump on our side and say, yeah, they're already doing it with the time. When before we started really even talking about the time period of it, people were saying 73 and 74. But then when we came up and we said, no, wait a minute, that date is wrong, whatever, then people start bringing it back to 72 and 71. So I think it's a matter of people just rolling with the Joneses. Just that's what we used to say back in the days. You rolling with the Joneses. You seen the Joneses, grass is greener on the other side of the fence, until you get on that other side of the fence and see that the grass that you left is going to grow up much, much more prettier and much more thicker and much more styler. Then once you see that, then you're going to jump back over the fence over to that green side. Back in the days, we used to always say that the runt of the litter is the one that they don't want. But then the runt becomes the dominant one, the best one out of that litter. And then everybody says, oh, I should have picked that one. And that's the same thing. That's the same thing what's going on right now. They riding with the people that are saying that. The guy said it, and he said he had a fake pair of British Walkers, right? Those were called British Knights. And those were supposed to be the cheaper version of British Walkers. So what we would do as young people, we would take a pair of what people thought were skips, because 69ers were considered skips. If you didn't have BF Goodrich or Converse, the Converse, everything else was skips. So when we started rocking 69ers, then people started saying, "Oh, that's hip, that's cool," and then they started rocking 69ers. But before that, they were rocking those 69ers. The 69ers was considered skips. They had the BF Flyers, you had the BF All Stars, and then they had the Converse All Stars. And those were the hip sneakers. So they didn't know about 69ers or whatever. And 69ers actually came out before 1969. They was just considered skips. And so when, like I said, when our elders started rocking them and we started rocking them, they became 69ers at that time, and they've been doing that. Before Pumas really came out and became a fashion or whatever, or maybe it might have been the same time. There was another sneaker that had the stripe that went up and broke in half, and those were called Specs. All right, those were called Specs. Now, a lot of people didn't know where to get the Specs from. A lot of people didn't know. So when we had them, but Specs were actually cheaper than Pumas. So when we got the Specs and we rocking the different color Specs, they came in red, they came in green, they came in brown, they came in gray, they came in white. So when we started rocking these Specs, because they were cheaper, we could get 2 pairs of Specs for the price of a Puma. You see what I'm saying? And so we started rocking them. And then because they didn't know where to get them from, it became really popular. Like people were like, yo, you got that. And so we would lie. You would lie and say, those just cost more than Pumas, because whatever, because, that's what we do. And so that's what a lot of people don't understand, is that when a trend is set, when a trend is set, before it's set, a lot of people are against it because it's something new that they don't know about. And then as soon as they know about it, they want to take credit for bringing that trend.
Listen, I want to bring something up. So people talk about people in the neighborhood. First of all, make sure you'll donate to my man FaZe. You know, trying to do these giveaways and all of this and he supplies for these babies and all of that and trying to do it big, and he does a lot of this out of his pocket. And I really want y'all to put some in his Cash App for him. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. So I just want to talk about, people talk about the makeup of a neighborhood and all of this type of shit, and how, you know, being in vicinity, somehow there must be some sort of cultural exchange, right? Like somehow, because we're so close to these motherfuckers, that we must be mingling in some big melting pot. And I say, that's bullshit. Okay? I'm going to take us away from the Bronx right now. And I want us to go down to Brooklyn, right? And I want us to go over to Crown Heights, right? And if you think about the demographics of Crown Heights, okay, you have Black Americans next to Jamaicans, some Spanish, but then Hasidic Jews. Hasidic Jews. So let's just single the Black Americans and the Hasidic Jews, right? How many Black Americans do you think have converted to Judaism from living in that neighborhood? How many Black Americans do you think speak Yiddish because they grew up around Hasidic Jews? How many Black Americans study the Torah in Crown Heights because they grew up around these people? Besides Shine. Okay, yeah. Shine is the one Black guy who's actually Belizean. But I think he was from here. But yeah, he got on some Hasidic Jew shit as a Black man. I don't know what that was all about. But he did it. And there's an anecdotal story for almost everything. My point is, you'd be hard pressed to find any of what I just asked. Yet. There's a Hasidic Jewish rapper. I forget his fucking name. There's Hasidic Jews that love rap music, that somewhat to their degree practice Black American culture, speak with certain slang. Yeah. I say that to say we are the influence. And when I say we, I say that means Black Americans. Now, you can feel that you're with us or not. I'm saying if your parents are Jamaican and you were born here in America, you're a Black American. If you're Puerto Rican and your people were born in Puerto Rico, but you were born here, and your whole style is that of a Black American, I'm ready to put you down if you want to be down. But it's when y'all motherfuckers want to have your own, you want to be down, but you still want to be separate too. You still want to be separate too. Why? What are you trying to say? Do you feel a little more special? Are you trying to tell the police something? Niggers that you fucking abuse and kill and you know what I mean, and violate their rights. I'm not from here really. I'm better. Please don't treat me like them. Look, I have a flag. I know where I'm from. Is that what's going on here? I'm just curious. Because you're getting on my fucking nerves. We're trying to include you in shit, and you don't want to be included. So if you're not included, then you can't create hip-hop. If you don't want to be a Black American, then you can't create hip-hop. Okay? That's just what the fuck it is. Now cut the fucking bullshit. Y'all putting up pictures of Puerto Rican peoples with gazelles on and Adidas suits and fat laces. And where did they get that style from?
Well, they didn't get the fat laces from us because we didn't do that shit. Okay.
So they started the fat laces? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, I can give them that. Go ahead.
You give
that shit was whack when it was whack when it came out, and it's still whack till the day. We ain't never wore no fat shoelaces in our shit. That would make our sneaker look ugly and stupid, and we didn't do it. But I'm gonna give you something too about what you just said. Now,
what about belt buckles? Who came with the belt buckles first?
We did.
With the name buckles. We did.
We did. Definitely. We did. Okay. And
that was the shit for a second.
Listen. You can go with graffiti. We did first.
Yes.
We were putting our name on shit as soon as we got a marker or anything to put our name on the thing. From babies, my elders been putting stuff on them, writing on the stuff. Okay, listen.
As long as I've known any projects, the staircase of a motherfucking project building was always tagged the fuck up. Don't talk to me about fucking train bombers and all these motherfuckers. That's not the first graffiti we saw.
Not at all.
We saw the graffiti in the buildings in Black America.
How many times you go to school?
Elevator. Yes.
In elementary school. You look on the table, they write their name. You gonna write their name on on the right there. That's graffiti. That's graffiti.
Yo, it's all coming back to me right now. Like seriously, it's all coming back to me. Writing your name on the
table. Yo, Jamar, Booby. That's your name. Yo, just what you did. So how can they come and claim and say, oh, we did?
One of my first names when I was a little kid was Lil D.
Little D. You know how many little people?
Lilld. Lil D.
When you was listen how far this goes back.
That's like a baby name. That's like the first hip hop name I could think of because my last name was Deshawa. Lil D.
Little D.
And but even though I'm the oldest of my brothers, I was always like around older people. So I'm the
So
little
you were the
one.
little, you was
I
little
was
D.
little
Of
D.
course.
You know what I mean?
Of course. And you wrote that. You wrote that on your loose leaf notebook. You wrote that on your
That's
stuff.
where you see graffiti too, on notebooks.
On
Look all these
notebook.
trains and all this type of shit.
Come on, man.
Notebooks.
Yo, listen. And so this is what one thing that you said that we have to instill in our people. The reason why
is that Puerto Ricans came up with fat laces.
Yes, give it to them. Give that to them. Give that to them. We don't want that shit. We don't want that shit.
All right. No, I was just being clear. Okay.
We don't want the. We was not. Only thing we were ironing was the crease in our Lees and our Levi's and our regulars. We was ironing the crease. That we was not
the permanent crease.
The shoelaces. Nah. And listen.
I'm telling you, in our time.
Why, if you look at the pictures of the ones with the fat laces, they're usually the ones that wore out, like they wore the heel out. You can see the little thing indentation in your thing. We ain't do that. If our shit was getting whatever, we go get another new pair. You feel me? We rocking a whole new pair. We didn't just have one pair of this or one pair of that. Nah, that's why we today we gotta have a hat, a shirt, or whatever.
In all different colors and all that type of shit. Yeah, every flavor. You wanted every flavor. Let's fucking let's tell the truth.
We had burgundy, black, red, white, yellow. Oh, we had all flavors of them. And so we had to have a shirt to go with it. We had to have the whatever jeans to go with the shirt. We used to have a hat. We used to have tube socks the same color, all right? So same color.
And that's why they don't understand why we be so matchy sometimes. Oh, you too matchy. Motherfucker, that's how we came up. We match all shit. I couldn't wear no Pumas with no Adidas sweatpants. Like I gotta wear the whole shit top to bottom. Adidas down, nigga.
And that's what we were talking about the other day.
Like
we was talking about that other day.
Nike down. That's how we got down. You know what I mean?
This is 100% real, and all the real people that they came up and whatever know this. We never will get caught dead in La Tigra with the lion. No, if you didn't have the alligator, your shit was whack. All right, and that's what we were. So when the La Tigra came out, you could go get that on Fordham Road. You could go get that on Simpson Street. You could go get that at Alexander's.
Was still
you could go to Alexander's. You could go to Corvettes, and you could get that. Now think about it. If we were back in the days, if somebody told you, yo, you got the big A in your quarter field, don't wear that shit ever again. You're never gonna wear that shit again because you got the Alexander label in your quarter field. The quarter fields came from AJ Lester, so the AJ Lester was on the side and with the silk inside. People don't know that. You know why they don't know that? Because they ain't have no real quarter field. That dude told you, he said, yeah, his mom bought him a fake pair of British Walkers. Okay, that's because she could go and get those fake British Walkers. She could go and get the British Nikes. Okay, when the stuff comes out, just like we hid the records, we ain't telling you where we got this shit from. We ain't telling you to go to 125th Street and get some champagne cologne. I had champagne cologne from the elders. I'm 8 years old. I had champagne cologne. We didn't have no silver medallions. We had gold medallions. You feel me?
We was in the trains taking thousands. I had the green Pumas. Yes,
And so that's the difference.
He was
That's the
like
difference.
a Roman army. Bronxdale was going everywhere.
Yo, I told you to stop doing that shit. Because every time you do that shit, yo, I can't stop laughing. Yo, my
Somebody
stomach
just put,
yo,
they just put Green Eye Stanley.
Man,
They put him
listen.
in the shit. They said, I don't even want to put that up. Fuck it, I don't want to make the nigga. But they were just talking about him in the shit. And that just make me think about him. He got me hype. Cause that's that shit. The motherfuckers step up.
Every time you do that shit, yo, I'm telling you, the
This
last
wasn't
time you did that shit,
there.
my stomach was hurting so
This
bad.
ain't rings no bells. Echo Park.
And see,
Echo Park.
believe it or not, that's what we were. We were actually the trendsetters, and we didn't know it. We didn't know it because all we were doing was getting what you call our elders, like you said, to take us in the wings. So our elders were emulating the gangsters. They were straight up gangsters, and so they had money. They were whatever, and so we found a way to make money. I'm gonna tell you this, and this is straight up. You can ask anybody in Bronxdale, you can ask anybody in the areas or whatever. I had a crew back then, 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, right? And we were going to Pathmark, which was the main supermarket in that area. We had Pathmark, we had AMP, and we had Hills. All right. And so in Pathmark, our little crew, each one of us would have a register. Each one of us would be outside. And so we would pack the bags. Every person that we pack the bags will start, maybe they give us a quarter, maybe they give us 50 cents, maybe they give us $1 or whatever. We take the bags from the shopping cart to their car. Maybe they give us a 25 cents, maybe they get $1. But my crew, we would not leave Pathmark until we had $30, from $20 to $30. If you got $20, okay. So now, if we there for 7 days a week, that's more money than parents were getting with their paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot say we were not getting that much money because, like I said, if we got 30 people that just gave $1, or we got 60 people that would give 50 cents, that's right. $30. You feel me? And so we would have that $30. And so that's why we were able to tell the elders, yo, can you take me to AJ Lester? I want to get one of those magnets. Can you take me to British Walker? I want to get the British Walkers. Can you take me to go get
this money from? So, hey, I did the bags. Like,
so,
Mr. Me Too, pardon me. Mr. Me Too says, salute gods. Who is credited for being the first to take it to the floor? Salute to the B-boys and B-girls. Would you know that answer? Because I don't. I know who did it.
Well,
a Black American.
Credited, and the person that really did it is two different things.
We got one of these dickheads. Where's the country of black on the map? That's a good question.
Very good question.
Yep.
It's a very, very good question.
Continue.
And that's a whole different.
I know where America's at, though.
That's a whole.
I know America's right here, and there's what we call black people within America. And those Black Americans are the ones that created hip hop. So all your little funny little fucking questions that you think are super deep and think you're somehow like, oh, I just blew the matrix with this. Watch when I say this. Watch when I put this into the fucking chat. Watch what happens.
Yeah, you got to give me a whole thing of voices, yo. You got to give me a whole thing that I can just play the different voices, yo.
Get the fuck out of here.
You got to do that, yo.
So do you know who's credited for the first to be going to the floor? As I read some of these, you know.
Well, I would say the first one that is credited for would probably be Trixie or Sasa for the Cool Herc dancers, but there was a lot of them before Wallace D and Bosco and Little Blackjack and me and all all of us went to the Little Keith. All of us went to the floor in the 70s, early 70s, before the Hurt parties. We did that. We went to the floor. Lester, God rest his soul, went to the floor early. You know, we were doing karate moves. One of the best sweeps is on the floor where you do the sweep. And then I just saw a video of this person that was doing it in like the 40s, was doing the sweep, what they started calling that umbrella on the floor. But that's a karate sweep. That's sweeping somebody's leg from under their feet. And so we had to do that on the floor. Karate moves were going back on your arms and springing up and going up. That's good. You have to do that on the floor, and those were karate moves. And so these things that we were doing were karate moves, going to the floor, putting your leg behind your other leg, going down and spinning around. Those were actually punch moves. Okay, you do that to go around so that you could spin around and punch somebody in their lower part of their body. You know, because a lot of people don't understand, and in karate, a lot of the moves are to the different joints and to the different things. And so going down like that and spinning around and cuffing somebody in their knee or something, or pushing their knee back or whatever, those were karate moves. So those were the first people going to the floor, but they're not credited. They're not credited at all, because just like I said, now, you know, you know, we started talking about Trixie and everything, but Trixie jumped over Wallace D's head. Wallace D, he was doing it, whatever, and that's when I think Coke LaRock gave Trixie his name, Trixie. Okay, so what he was doing was actually not breakdancing. He was just doing something to jump over because that was the key thing. The key thing was doing something that nobody ever saw you do. Okay, so going down to the floor was common. That was common, you know, to go down to the floor. Even James Brown, go down to the floor, do the split. All of that going down to the floor was a part of our style, our things. So they're not getting credit for that. If you look back at those 40s, the things or whatever, you see them going back on the floor and doing their hands and doing this and doing that on the floor. So the credited people in hip hop were the people that started becoming that actually took over from what we were doing.
I don't give a fuck who they say credited. We just want to know who really is credited. That's what they're asking on this channel.
Okay, so they're asking for the real people.
Who's the real person accredited for first going down on the floor. That's
okay,
what they want to know.
So I would think that number
just say
one,
the name. We're gonna move on.
I think the first person that I ever saw really do some really floor moves and back in 71 would be Little Keith. Little Keith, yeah, he was the one that used to, you know how back in the days they used to take mattresses and put them on and jump off the mattress, jump out of the window or whatever, fire escape or jump on the mattress. He used to be the ones to do that. So he was very, very flexible, very, very flexible. He could move around and stuff. So he's the one that I remember back in 71 that went on the floor.
Okay, we got to wrap this up soon. I just want to get through these real quick. Was funk music a big part of the original breaking? Salute. Super Mac Time. Thank you for your donation. Was funk music?
Yes.
Of course it was.
Yes.
Because that's what was going on at the time. You know what I mean? Soul, funk.
Yes.
You know what I mean? All the shit that was going on. But not merengue or salsa or reggae or anything like that. None
Not
of
at
that. An influence at all. Chris Dragnet, thank you, Chris Dragnet. I appreciate you. Trying to get caught up with all these joints. Sunflower, if I remember what your question was. Yes, snapping was called the dozens. Before we called it snapping. It was called the dozens.
The dozens, though, I gotta interject. The dozens were basically talking about mothers. Those were your mama jokes. Snapping, well, in my book, I'll tell you about what snapping was, but snapping was basis on different things. You could talk about somebody's furniture in their house. You could talk about people being on welfare. You could talk about how somebody dressed. But the dozens was mainly about your mother's so fat, she need a equator to do the belt and stuff like that. You know, your mom's so got two eyes looking in through the peephole and all of that stuff like that. So the dozens were basically mama jokes, you know, talking about each other's mothers. Go ahead.
Okay. My man said the predicate. He said, met Lord Jamar in my projects when they made the faces break through the bricks. He's still the same brother today. He's talking about the video for Back Up Off the Wall. And we filmed the video actually in Spanish Harlem, which is hilarious. We filmed it in Spanish Harlem. And yeah, you know. The neighborhood was gracious, and whatever projects we shot that shit in was gracious to us. Yeah. Listen, FaZe, man. This shit is almost 3 hours. I don't usually go this long, okay? We were just supposed to fucking get on here and talk a little shit and celebrate. And, you know, I'm 2 drinks in, and you fucking got me, you know, come on, bro. We're supposed to have a real show, a real synopsis with a bunch of people. And I don't know how they were going to do this because I feel like everybody wants to tell us a long story. Like we could be here for days. Like,
and I totally agree with you, but I do believe that, we did have to do this tonight. We had to because we gracefully won. We didn't say, you know, go out there and say, oh, you failed, you whatever. Nah, we didn't do that. We gracefully won, and we won. We really did win.
We did win.
Won, you know, so we are definitely winners. I wish you had the applaud thing or whatever.
Right, I know. I wish it was working right now. I don't know why. I gotta maybe. I don't know.
Won, and I don't think there's anybody that can actually come against us and say that we didn't win because we gave a whole week. It's not disputable, and so we gave the whole week, and that's what happened. So
right, and you don't get forever to like answer your court dates and all. There's a time limit to all this shit. Like, you know what I mean? So if you don't
gave the time,
you get a judgment against you. What? Tupaco said, Jamar, you have until tomorrow to respond my challenge or you forfeit. I don't even know what your fucking challenge is. Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Somebody said, "Oh, Pro Kids."
Pro Kids, I remember Pro Kids.
P-Rock, Rude Boy.
Rude Boy. Okay. Yeah, see, I was ready to start calling them PD Ranks. You know what I mean? PD Ranks, that's his new. You want to be Jamaican so bad.
They want to fight in the
PD
white
Ranks
media as Zaddy's help.
said, Lord J, you wreck their egos because they ain't got no proof. Exactly. Like I saw one where Fat Joe was talking to Spike Lee, and Spike Lee is screaming that, oh, Puerto Ricans absolutely help create hip hop. Like, I don't give a fuck if you try to get people that are more famous. I think I did send it to you. I don't think you care if you try to get people that are more famous to try to scream it louder from the rafters and all of that. That still doesn't make it true. Like, I swear they're going to try
to get Obama.
I said this already. They're going to try to get Obama. They're going to try to get Obama at some point when he's speaking and you remember, I said it first, that they're going to try to use him to fucking say, and, you know, hip hop, that great thing, been around for 50 years. Been created by Puerto Ricans and blacks. Like, yo.
In the Bronx.
In the Bronx, New York. And I just want to say it was a coalition. It was like a melting pot. Like, yo. Nah, I don't give a fuck who you get to say it. Okay? Even if Obama says it, he's wrong. I don't give a fuck. Anybody other than Black American youth, and it's crazy because actually I saw multiple interviews where ironically Joe said he thought he was black.
Right.
Like he grew up around so many black people that until he was a teenager, he thought he was black. Wow. Why? That's even a fucking fall from grace. What? Like,
wow.
Yo, nah, for real,
so
Joe.
Disappointed.
For real.
I was really
like for real. Like, y'all gotta stop this.
I was disappointed.
Shit. Like, we the ones that supported you, Joe. Right. To this day, Puerto Ricans are not the ones buying your records, bro. And everybody from other nationalities, your ancestors are not the ones buying your records. Your lineage are not the ones supporting you and co-signed you in order to make money in this game. It's the ones that you're fighting against right now that did that.
Right.
The Black Americans.
And we said that already.
The Black American youth, because yes, when we were youthful, we decided that y'all was the shit. Right. Please don't slap us in the face with the disrespect. I know you don't see that it's disrespect, but it is. And it's got to fucking stop now.
I'm so disappointed at Spike Lee. Like, I got to hear it because I really want you to send it to me. But that is so disrespectful.
Right.
That is
but I happen to know that his father was like a jazz player. And if I fucking gave, somebody else credit for his father's compositions, he'd probably have a fucking fit.
He would have a fit.
He'd have a fucking fit.
And even
somebody took credit for his movies.
Right. He would have a fit. He would have a fucking fit.
Oh, he absolutely co-directed Do the Right Thing with Martin Scorsese. The white boy came with mad fucking. I'll just start putting that out there and saying that.
And he would be so upset. But the thing that kills me is, you mean to tell me somebody told you something and you didn't do the research? You didn't do the research and come up with
say it at that time. He was live with Fat Joe. So it wasn't about doing research. He wasn't being a documentary filmmaker at that moment. He was being a suck up to Fat Joe, to his fellow Knicks partner, who they both have floor seats and season tickets or some shit. That's how they probably even know each other. You know what I mean? So they know each other on some money shit. And,
you're right. You were right. When you said
money Nick shit.
Right, you're right. So they're gonna get people that have those type of connections, those people that have
To
that
try
type
to
of
just
platform.
say it loud and
They say
be
it loud.
loud
You're right.
and wrong.
You're
You know what I
100%.
mean?
You're
Strong and be strong and wrong.
100% right. You're
I'm telling
100%
you, that's
right.
going to be their, and that's probably why they're not even answering, because they know they're going to continue trying to have certain people say this to try to override little old me, little old FaZe. You know what I mean? But unfortunately for them, I'm in the fucking algorithm right now.
Yeah.
So, you know,
And we're not
wait
gonna
for me to
stop.
get out the algorithm.
We're not gonna stop.
Yeah, I gotta wait for me to get out the algorithm. And I'm in the fucking algorithm. Well, listen, FaZe, man, I think we've had a good time tonight. Let me just.
I had a wonderful time. I thank you.
Yes.
You know, I thank you for putting that cash up for
Yeah,
me.
it's up there, man. I hope y'all, you know, anything, you know what I mean? Just anything to help offset his costs. I've already put my money where my mouth is, and I also have goods that I'm going to donate as well. So yeah. So if y'all could do the same, that would be beautiful. You know what I mean? I implore you to you know, support this man, because he's definitely a good brother. I rocks with him, and you know, he was there. Well, first of all, how old are you, DJ FaZe? If you don't mind.
I'm not gonna tell my age because I'm trying to, you know, when my
You
book
know
comes
what?
out.
Only women hide their age. Who gives a fuck?
No.
Be proud.
Because listen, a lot of people are not understanding that the youth of it. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people are thinking. Remember,
That you had to be
when
older,
created-
but that's okay.
Right. Well, people don't understand that.
If you're
creative
60, you're old enough.
just
I'm
well,
55, and they say I'm not old enough.
okay.
I'd have
Well,
been 5 years old. But if
I'm
I'd have
past
been,
my 50s,
if I'd have
I'm
been,
past my 50s, and
well, there you
I'm
go. You
over
see what I'm
60.
saying? And that's what you're over 60, and that's all they need to
Over
know.
60,
He's
yeah.
over 60. Okay.
Okay.
Listen. If I was 8 years old, okay, if I was just 3 years older than I was at the time, I'd have been on the motherfucking scene. You know what I mean? Doing what the fuck it was. But
And so just like you said, you know, the people that created the mighty black spades were preteens. They were preteens. Okay, and so we were
the Black
younger than
Panthers was a youth organization. Let's not forget that.
Of course, you know, I look today, and this is what really gets me to these people. I see this one kid that plays the guitar. He plays the guitar and the bass, and he's on Instagram, and he's playing way better than a lot of adults. But people of today, they think that that's unheard of. They think that, but you know, we were snapping. There's a lot of kids back in the days that were going and doing stuff. Listen, they would tell you we could go back and say, okay, we'll go to the store and get your mom, your dad a pack of cigarettes. We could do that. We could go to the store. Hey, go to the store or whatever. Do that.
Shut up.
Young age, and people just don't realize that there's a difference. The things that we were telling, the intelligence that we were coming up with these snaps, we were at a young age. Just think about it.
I'm not sure what
Preteens,
I believe. Yes.
created this $1 trillion business. Preteens.
Yes.
Okay.
Soldier right here says hip hop is 4 elements. So a lot of people created it. No one person did that. True. No one person created for well, first of all, they say 5 elements. I've also read 9 elements. But no one person created those elements, but one person, from what I understand, is the one who's identified these elements, and that was supposed to be Afrika Bambaataa. And for some reason, he singled out breakdancing. I don't know why, because black people just dance. We dance. We have many dances. And I believe that this breakdancing was singled out to try to accentuate the Puerto Rican community and to help perpetuate this myth that we're now dealing with now.
I wish he would come back and tell me what those 4 elements are, because I guarantee you, in that element, he's not going to say anything about snapping.
Right.
And those elements,
or fashion.
He's not going to say anything about fashion
or hustling.
He's not going to say nothing about hustling. He's not going to talk about slang, language.
Right.
He's not going to, if we didn't have those what hip sayings and those hip things.
And please understand, I'm going to say this again. Everything is a byproduct of the music. Everything comes out of the music. The dances come out of the music. The way people begin to do graffiti, the type of graffiti and styles that start to form, the way people, did I say fashion? The way people would wear their clothes. All of these different things came out of the music. Hip hop, rapping actually came out of the music. Playing these breaks, we eventually started to rhyme on it. But all of this stuff was a byproduct of the music.
Do you know what we were doing? We were emulated, and I said this a couple of years, 10 years, 20 years, 15 years ago back. We were trying to emulate Pig Meek Markham, right? And so now, what he was doing, here comes the judge, and there's another one. Well, I'm going to tell a lot of people what the other one was, but by Pig Meek Markham, there was more of a real beat. But anyway, so we were emulating that. We were not thinking about rapping. Yes, rapping was good, but we were thinking about snapping. We were thinking about calling your moms out, calling you out or whatever on the record. And then when the break was, because remember, we didn't even start out with 2 turntables, started out with 1. So we would play the break, boom, boom, that could do that. When the break stopped or whatever, so they wouldn't hear the rest of it, we turned it down, then we could say our snap over the mic. So now they were hearing the snap because the beat wasn't playing. So after the snap came, then we put the beat back on. And so that's a part of hip hop. I gotta say this one more thing. One more thing I just gotta say. Okay. Someone said, a bigger person, I'm not going to even call out the name, said that all the elements all came together at this time. So you mean to tell me, just like basketball, when they was throwing the basketball, when the hip hop was when basketball was created, when they was throwing it through the hoop, because they wasn't jamming it, because they wasn't dunking it, it wasn't basketball? You mean to tell me when we were doing the things, when we were playing the records, and we were stopping the record or playing the break of the record, and we were talking on the mic, and we were DJing, and we had on the clothes that wasn't hip hop? The elements was there already. The elements we were doing, it was the elements. So there wasn't no just one specific time that all the elements came together and that began hip hop. No, you want to fit the time that you came into hip hop. When you came into hip hop, that's when all the elements came together and we did that.
Now let me now keep an open mind, because you're from the Bronx, right? Mm-hmm. And I want you to keep an open mind, right? Because I know, just like the whole Jamaican and the whole Puerto Rican thing, right? There's this whole thing about the Bronx, right? Now, let me just ask you this as a intelligent person, right? Do you believe it's possible that at that time in the New York City area, if you were tapped into a certain frequency, a certain vibration that was going on in the 70s amongst Black American youth, that y'all might have been doing similar things in similar areas without even knowing it?
I'll answer that with my honest opinion.
But and before you say that, because I'm the reason why I say that is because many times me as a producer, like I might sample some shit and then somebody else sampled it somewhere else. We didn't hear it. He didn't know I sampled that. We're just on the same wavelength. We found the same shit around the same time. And now it's just interesting to see how he did it. Oh, he flipped the record a little differently than how I flipped it. But we both found it around the same time. We're both into the same thing. We're both on that same frequency. So again, I ask you, do you think it's possible?
And like I said, I'm going to give you my honest opinion. This is my opinion.
Right.
There's someone that said they're going to mark some numbers on the ground and they're going to take a top and they're going to play Skelzy. There's somebody that did that. All right. So
now, what did you say? Skelzy? Is that what you say? Skelzy. Because we called it Scully. You see how things travel around and get a little bit different?
Right.
You just said Skelzy. That's my first time hearing Skelzy. Yes. We called it Scully. Right. Where I grew up at, only 15 minutes away.
Right. And so this is what my point exactly. So now, when that person made those numbers, and when the people said, okay, that person that made those numbers gonna take that top and go and flick it with their finger and knock the other opponent's top out of the thing.
That was shit filled with crayon, melted crayon.
What we used to do is get take the bottom off of the old wooden chairs in school, and we would fill it up with wax with a candle. We'd put the candle, and sometimes we'd be smart enough to put, because the heavier it is, the more force it's going to have, and the force is going to fly. So what we would do was put a nickel in there, or we'll put a penny in there, or a washer in there, put the wax in there and do it. Now, my point is this.
We used to make swirls with the crayons.
Right. There you go. That was another way. Okay. When that person did that, right? Now, that person has a cousin or somebody that lives in another area. That person has a friend they came or could see or whatever, that person in the area. I think that
I hear what you're saying.
It starts one place and then it goes to the other places. Ring-a-levia. A lot of people don't even know what Ring-a-levia is. But that was a game in the projects that we played like anything. And see that, we was thinking about it the other day. I was thinking about it and I was talking about it. Our creations came from what we didn't have. Okay, we didn't have Atari or PlayStation or nothing, so we had to do what we had. Okay, we didn't have the instruments to play or whatever, so we took from instruments that we had already. I mean, we took from the records that had these instruments on it. So the if somebody can come to me and say, listen, in 1971 we were doing this, I would have no problem with doing that. And then I would say the things that I know. So I know that British Walkers in the 70s only could come from British Walker until later on. Then Florsheim would get them. And then after Florsheim would get them, then Tom McCann got them. Okay. And so so now if you tell me that yes, that your first British Walkers came out of British Walkers, I have no other reason to say no that happened. But
Yes.
what I've seen, nobody's can go back that far and say
Right.
that.
Here's the thing, right? And your method of proliferation, I believe, is one way, but I believe there's also the organic tapping into a frequency way where, a motherfucker could be making pyramids, in South America, and he's also making them in North America. He's also making them in Egypt. You see what I'm saying? And that's because we all are tapped into a certain frequency, I believe, right? So, and you already admitted yourself, right? Bronxdale was a very closed off place. You couldn't just come up in there. Bronxdale wasn't the only place like that. A lot of places was very closed off. You understand? So by it being closed off, you don't necessarily, you're closed off also to what's going on outside of that.
Right.
You see,
100%.
they're closed
I
off to
agree
what's
with you
going on
100%.
inside, and you're closed off to what's going on outside. So
100%.
what I'm saying is we could have had a lot of different closed off areas, but what we wasn't closed off to was Soul Train. What we all was watching Soul Train. We all was fucking with James Brown. We all was fucking with the music of the time. We all fucked with those martial arts movies and shit like that at that time. You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all had a lot of martial arts, but I don't know if y'all cornered the martial on the art, the corner, cornered the market on martial arts. Because I know for a fact I had plenty of niggas even in my time that was on that shit. Like, you know what I mean? To this day, like my man Kato, he was doing flips and all kind, and he's a real martial arts dude to this day.
Kato from Bronx River?
No, Kato from motherfucking Nourishell.
Okay.
And he's a DJ and Kato Cuts. Okay. Shout out Kato Cuts. He's a DJ and he's from back in the days and all this type of shit. He's around my age, maybe a little bit older, like a year or two or something, maybe just a year. But anyway, he was like an ill karate dude when we was kids. When we came out of those karate movies, we used to go to the Deuce and all that. Even though we lived in Nourisha, we used to go to the Deuce to those movies too. We had fucking like 4 movie theaters on one block in Nourisha. And I remember when Enter the Dragon and all that type of shit came to the fucking movies. And when we came out of that fucking shit, everybody was kicking and punching. I mean, the minute we came out of there, everybody was a fucking karate expert after that. And that shit didn't stop. Like, you know what I mean? And that was some hood shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I remember when niggas was
you're bringing up encounters that happened to you in those times, right?
Right.
So imagine because there's probably elders, just like our parents, and this is so funny. when our parent, when we would go to get a shirt or something, and our parents said, "Man, we used to have that shirt back in the." And this or whatever, and that ain't nothing but this kind of thing, or the funky chicken. We were doing the funky chicken back in this or whatever, and that ain't nothing but the funky chicken with some other, moves on it. So yes, that definitely happens. That definitely happens. But like I said, in Bronxdale's defense, is
Asia, come on.
Some of the things that we saw, that some of the trends that we set actually go back to those beginning trends. You see what I'm saying? So we know that when we were rocking 69ers, we didn't see nobody else rocking 69ers. And a lot of the elders would be going around. Just because they couldn't come into Bronxdale doesn't mean that they would not go out to these different places. Man, I had cousins in Queens. I got cousins in Brooklyn. I got cousins in New Rochelle. Back then in the 70s, I'm going to be straight up with you. New Rochelle was the rich people. Simple. New Rochelle was even Mount Vernon was
right. But in your mind, it was. You probably didn't know about the projects and all of that shit.
Wait a minute. Like I said, and I can even agree with that. But what I'm saying to you is that when we came past 233rd Street from downtown, those were all private houses.
Right.
If New Rochelle had a couple of projects, that cannot compare to the projects that you walk 10 blocks, you in another project. You walk 10 blocks, you
it didn't compare in size, right, but it's still compared in its condition, though. It compared in condition and it compared in culture. Culturally.
But you gotta understand that. So the projects is exactly what they said it is. It's a project. And so you have people, and this is on. I was just speaking about this the other day. I call them pink people, and that's your girl again.
We call them clear people. Yeah, she said paying my black media.
I call them pink. There are some pink people
paying my black media taxes. Asia M.
There are pink people that never saw the inside of a project. There are pink people that never saw a hood. They never saw that. But how many of us can say that we never, ever saw a project or never been in a project? Not many that can say that. And so that's the difference. Like I said, in New Rochelle, Yonkers, or whatever, even near Bronxdale, you could go to Westchester Square, you could go to Throgs Neck, and those were just private houses.
Mm-hmm.
And those
Riverdale.
Right. And back to when you said about the Hasidic Jews, the reason why we couldn't just take over their state and interject our thing is because what we were talking about the other day, they stick together and they would not let it happen. We're so used to sharing and saying, okay, come kumbaya and come. So that's what the problem is right now. They're not used to us saying, yo, hold up. You didn't create this. You wasn't even with us. They're not used to saying that because they're so used to us saying, come on, come and join us. Come and be with us, or come, whatever. And so look what that did. That looked for them to come be with us to be where, we were 50-50 to, we did this. Y'all ain't even out of the picture. Y'all got that from us. The Hasidic Jews ain't having that. They put their foot down straight on the thing. Listen, y'all did not create this. We the one that created this. We're the one to do this, to continue to do this, and that's it. because they stick together. We're the only people that don't stick together. We are so busy being jealous and envious of each other that we can't even stick together. Right now, people are actually saying to me, and this is real, why are you helping those people? Why are you helping the people like that? Oh, you bragging because you think you helping the people. You bragging. Everything that, instead of saying, thank you for helping a community. I admire you for helping a community. We're so busy doing that. And then when it happens to us, we're put in this position because we're in a position right now. If we keep on, just like when I said, when the breakdance goes to the Olympics, from that point on, because we already in the position from now, from the wild styles and the beat streets and everything. We were just talking about that today. Those were not created by us. They took them and they hot spotlighted them. So now the people,
and we accepted it because it was it was better than nothing. We were seeing ourselves in some sort of shape, form, or fashion that we haven't seen before, and we was ready to accept it. Just like I was talking about those early records that weren't quite authentic, but
they weren't authentic at all.
Yeah, we just took them because it was better than nothing. It was better than having no rap as a record. Yeah.
So that's what it is, Lord. That's what it is.
But now we don't have to accept shit like that anymore. You understand what I'm saying?
And that's what's making them so mad.
Right.
That's what's making them so mad. That's making them want to fight us.
Yeah.
Because we're saying, look, we're not accepting that no more. We're not. And so they're saying, oh, I've been called racist. How can I be called racist? Right? Because they're looking for anything to stop what we're doing. They're looking for anything to say, listen, don't be together, don't come together and be a force together. Don't do that. We're gonna stop that. We're gonna stop that. And look how many people have done that to us throughout the years and whatever. Look how many people has done that to us. And because we're putting our foot down now, standing on 10 toes, they don't understand it. Not only do they not understand it, but they don't like it. They don't like it at all. When you got on there, Lord, and you said that no, they did not create it. They were not 50-50. How many people came against you and said, yo, you don't know what you're talking about? The 3 people that did it were Caribbean. How many people came to you and said, well,
just missing the point.
And the Mexican or somebody played the bongos. They were from whatchamacallit. We discussed that. The Mexican, those records that they played the bongos, they paid them to come and play the bongos to what they did, what they created. Okay, so
it doesn't matter. Like we already said, it's how we as the Black Americans use a tool. It doesn't matter if somebody's Puerto Rican played a bongo on a record or some shit like that, or if the record was even had Puerto Rican origin. If we're the ones that say yay or nay, if we say it flies, it flies.
Record is what
it dies, it dies. Like that's just the way it fucking goes. Like that's just the way it is, and I'm just tired of hearing this shit. Listen, we're gonna land this plane because it's been fucking. This is one of the longest almost ever.
I gotta be up before be on the set at 5 o'clock in the morning, man.
Good. All right. Good. So you'd have to close this too. Listen, I want to thank everybody who came through tonight. Everybody that donated. Shout out to SDA Masque Independente. He said word. Sincere Adamson. Thank you. Sincere Addison again. He said peace gods now rule. City Park represent. All right, City Park in the motherfucking house. See, that's one of our projects in Inertia. But anyway, once again, thank you again. Fucking Asia M, the gangster. Like, yo, for real,
She's
Queen.
the truth.
Like,
she's the truth.
for real.
She is
I
definitely
ain't seen
the
her in a
truth.
little bit because I ain't been on like that in a little bit. But yo, she always comes through.
She's the
Super
truth.
heavy. She puts her money where her mouth is. Money
Super.
where her you know, just where her support is, and we just appreciate you to the utmost, Queen. Love you. Everybody, this is DJ FaZe. Once again, let me put the flyer up once again before we leave. Where's it at? Here we go.
Yes. July 27th, 2024.
At the Rosedale Gleason Playground.
Right.
Rosedale Gleason Playground. It's going to be from 1 to 8 p.m. There'll be food. There'll be clothing and school supplies, giveaways. If you can donate to my brother FaZe, please do so to his Cash App, $ FaZe Tracks, and that money will go towards, supporting the event and supporting, the initiatives that he has going on. Yeah, I've been hearing myself coming off your speakers this whole time, kind of a little bit in the background. So next time we do this, I need you to get some headphones, FaZe, because I definitely hear a little bit from your speakers.
I actually have some headphones in my suitcase. I would have definitely put them on if you had told me that.
Yeah, it's all good. Other than that, I didn't know he was gonna be on here for 3 hours. I thought it was just gonna be like 30 minutes and shit. Seriously.
That's your fault.
But nah, we both seem like we both could get
thank everybody that actually said that we won. They acknowledged that we won.
Everybody in the room knows we won. There is thank you everyone.
Thank you everyone.
We had more than 1,000 people at its peak tonight. Yeah.
Someone just said great show.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
We doing this, y'all. Can't nobody fuck with us. Anything else they have is talk. They want to
let them know that we're gonna still go through with the, putting other people on. We're gonna still go through it. This was just our celebration, your personal celebration for tonight, because today was the last day. Today was that was
listen, a week is up, time is up, and that's what it is.
So when we come back to do the whole thing, listen, look. Salute you, King. All right.
Okay.
All right. So I salute you, Lord. Listen, man, I am so glad. I'm so glad that we're, they're back together. Because we go back to Allerton Avenue and beyond that and whatever. And I'm so glad that we hooking back up together and we're putting the truth out. Just like you said, it's time to heal from the lies.
That's right. Human education against lies.
Right. And so
human education against lies. That's a KRS initiative. Let's bring that back.
Let's bring that back.
All humans need to be educated against lies. And so we're going to start with this right here. We're going to start with these lies right here about the creation of hip hop. Anybody that says Black American youth that anybody says Black American youth didn't create hip hop by themselves is a liar, and they need to be healed.
And one more thing I got to tell you, and I got to give you so much props for, is that it was genius to say that we're going to do an educational cipher. That was pure genius.
I mean, that's what we do. That's what the gods do. We have educational ciphers. That's where you show and prove at. You can't just pull shit out your ass. You can't just say some shit and think it's gonna fly.
That's
you have
why
to
it was
show and
genius.
prove. Where's your source material? Where's your fucking where? Who you know what I mean?
Right.
Listen, and I got all the source people that I need. Like, I'm just being the mouthpiece. These people are the ones. It's not about me. It's not about, oh, you wasn't there. I don't have to be there. The big homies was there. They were there. They're telling me about it. And I have enough. I've been around long enough, though, to even in my era, even in the second wave, I still could see what the influence is, what was moving the culture, and so on and so forth. So
people are jealous of you. People are jealous of you. People are jealous of you because you were us, the elders, my elders, whatever, would choose you and say, come on under my wing. They're not choosing everybody. Everybody doesn't go under the wing. They don't. You had to have something inside here to say, come on.
And what's crazy is I've done this many times in my life where I've put people under my wing. Matter of fact, I just had a conversation with one of my guys. He's recovering right now. But one of my Puerto Rican guys, okay, who I put under my wing back in the days, you know, he's successful. He has a couple stores and stuff now and all this type of shit.
And does he thank you?
Does he? Does he thank me? Yes, he thanks me. Like a real, you know what I mean? Like he feel like, yo, the gods showed him how to move in rooms and all of this type of shit. And he has respect and honor. And you know what I mean? And I'm probably gonna bring him on just to show, like, this ain't, I don't have any hatred in my heart whatsoever for the Puerto Rican community at all. That's why, you know, you fucking bastards that's trying to twist this in a certain way, I just want to beat the fucking shit out of you. Because, yo, family members that's Puerto Rican, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Tired of you fuckers. But anyway, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to my man S.A. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man.
I like Hebrew Thug. I like Hebrew Thug.
To Nimrod. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my motherfucking, you know what I mean? My Power Rule brothers and sisters. Y'all know what fucking time it is. Like, y'all know how I get down. Stop. Don't let these motherfuckers put any just poison in your fucking mind. And also, I'm not a subscriber to all of this. Everything comes from Africa. Everything has an African root. We're gonna have to re-examine all that shit. and see, now I might make black people mad with certain shit. But I'm telling you, this whole we're from Africa and got shipped over here, that's some bullshit too. Yeah. I said it.
You know, well, that's we'll be another whole 3 hours.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But yeah, it didn't all come from Africa. If anything, you know, this is the real Africa. Like, this is the real. Anyway, whole other show. Listen, I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming through tonight. I hope y'all click the like button. If you didn't Make sure you do so. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do so. Click that notification bell and click all. Hang on. You can also follow my brother FaZe on IG. Yes, his IG is the real DJ FaZe on IG. So go follow him right now on IG. There's some fake DJ FaZes on IG. But he is the real DJ FaZe on IG. So make sure you check him out. Also, like I said, go to his Cash App. Please put something in there, whatever you can. We appreciate you. And yes, much love and respect to everybody that's been in the house tonight. Any last words you'd like to say, DJ FaZe?
I'm gonna be home. Coming home soon, and you're gonna come to my house and you're gonna fix me up because your joint is fly. Your lighting, your everything is fly. Everybody give a little shout out to Lord Jamar. He's professional with it. He's professional with it, man. And I thank you so much.
This guy said, I didn't agree, but I still love Brand Nubian. I don't know what's not to agree with. You must be a fucking
I didn't agree, but well,
I don't know how you can love Brand Nubian and not love the truth. That's weird. But anyway, thank y'all. Love y'all. DJ FaZe, my guy.
My guy.
I will talk to you very soon. And everybody,
how does it feel being a winner? How does it feel being a winner?
I mean, if I feel that way every day that I wake up. Actually, I can't lie. Like I've been a winner most of my life.
I feel extra winner special. I've
been a winner most of my life. I can't I'm not really, like I've suffered losses, but I'm not a loser. I've suffered losses, but I'm not a loser. I'm a winner at heart.
That's the best way to end out a show. That's the best way to end out.
I love y'all. We out. Peace.
Hey.